All right, I'm back, y'all. Y'all forgive me. My phone died, but I'm on my iPad right now, and we're gonna finish. We're gonna try to get everybody back up in here. That's my bad, and we're gonna try to finish the conversation. They didn't take me down. I took myself down on that one. I don't know why my phone was so low. That's my fault, but I'm back, and I'm not gonna wait to bring everybody back up. Those who want to just come up, I'm gonna bring y'all back up, and we're gonna have this conversation. Man, we had the room was popping though, wasn't it? It was popping up in here. We almost had 300 people up in here. Shout out to the group. Shout out to the family that was up in here. But I'm sending out invites right now. Y'all get the likes up and go ahead and share the live, share the broadcast. Try to get everybody back up in here that was in here. Cause we was getting to the bottom of some things. I felt like. So get the likes back up. Let's bring the people back up. That's my fault. My battery died. My battery died, but I'm on my iPad now. We got enough juice on this iPad, and y'all forgive me.
Yeah,
Y'all,
I was trying to follow your rules. You know how we are. It's just like, hey, this is not my panel. I was like, okay, I'm letting you guys talk,
nah,
but
I
then,
appreciate it, man. I'm just trying to, I'm trying to do what I can to save the
yeah.
live because I know I'm on my last leg, and it's not really that I care too much if TikTok ban me or take this page. I'm not really worried about that, but I want to try to keep it for as long as I can. I know I'm gonna say something. I know something's gonna happen where it's gonna trigger it. But let's try to keep it as long as we can. That's all I'm saying. So forgive me, that was my fault. Nobody took me down. My battery just died. So I'm over here charging it right now, charging my phone up right
Can
now.
I say something?
Go ahead, Lisa. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Hi everybody. You know, um, every time when I listen to these arguments with black, Americans and Africans, it kind of upsets me because the fact is that whether if we don't come from them or they don't come from us, to me, I think that we need to realize is that maybe this is set up like this by white supremacy for us to argue and bicker amongst ourselves. And we're not getting anywhere. We're not getting anywhere. We're still arguing, we're still fussing, we're still talking about who is from who is from not. And I just feel like, we both have uh, black skin. Whether if you feel like you're not as black as the Africans or the Africans are not as brown as us, we, to white supremacy, we're still Iggers.
Well, let me say
So
this. Let me
I
let me let me say this, Lisa.
I'm going to really forget my thoughts if
Okay,
I
go
don't
ahead.
finish it.
Go ahead, real quick. Go ahead.
So I just feel like, we have a hard time over here in America. Even though we've come a long way, but we have a hard time over here. They have had a hard time over there, as well as Jamaicans have had a hard time, as well as Haitians have had a hard time. We have all had a
Oh,
hard we've all had a hard time as being black uh, people from white supremacy. And I just feel like instead of just going at each other's throats, I just feel that if we all just, and I know it's hard, and I would love to see us all collaborate together and work with each other instead of working against each other and being so
let me
angry and
tell you
saying
why. Let me
and
tell you
being
why. Hold
okay,
on,
never
Lisa.
mind.
Let me tell you why we
This
can't.
is what I would like to see
I get it. I get it. But
because
let me
I
tell you why we can't.
because
Let me tell you why we can't, Lisa. Because we done heard this talking point before too. Why can't we all just get along? This is the trick of the white supremacists trying to divide us, and so we don't collaborate together. And I'm gonna tell you exactly why we can't. Because anti-black hate is real. We can never ignore the anti-black hate that's coming from other people's community, not ours. We don't just go out there and hate on Africans. We just don't go out there and hate on Caribbeans. But they make it a thing to come over here and hate on us. That's like when white people say, "Why can't we all just get along? All the poor whites, it's the small hats, man. Help us, man. It's the small hats. The small hats did it to us all." And you're like, "Well, why can't we all just work together with them? Because we don't have the same black consciousness. We don't have the same mindset. How can I join? How can me being a black American join myself with a tribal fleeing tether? You can't, because they're the same people that are going to stab you in the back. Look at what the Moors did to Americans. The Moors were the first continental blacks from Africa or the Middle East, but they were black. They had Spanish names because they went off to Spain and Italy and conquered. And they brought them over. Hold on, brother. They brought them over here to America. They were the so-called people that were the interpreters. Every Spanish explorer had a Moor. Why did he have the Moor? So they can speak with the native, the indigenous black Americans that were here. They brought them over here, and they would never have known they would never have known how to found America if the Moors did not give them the map to get here.
How many hundreds of years ago was this? You still living
It doesn't
And
matter.
my brother, that is
doesn't
just
matter.
exactly what I wanted to
It
say.
doesn't matter.
You just
We
spoke my
cannot
mind now.
join.
This
Hold
guy
on,
is
brother.
just
Do not
you are
overtalk
still
the
living in the
host.
state of your
Do
ancestors.
not overtalk the host. Okay, we cannot join ourselves to people who practice anti-black hate.
sound like a white supremacist in black skin. That's exactly what you sound
No,
like.
that's not what it sounds like, brother. That sounds like
That's
we
what
have
it sounds.
delineated.
Just let the truth be
That's
told.
what it sounds like. We
But
have delineated and we're making it
but if you
clear.
ask me, it's like we both want to hate each other,
I don't. We
but
don't.
for
We don't
what?
hate. No, that's the problem. We don't hate
Well, I
them.
mean,
They
not
hate
hate, but we
us.
both don't
How
want
do
to.
you know that they hate you?
We
How do
we
you
we
know they hate
both
you?
don't want to try to see. I mean, this should have happened a long time ago, and we wouldn't have been having this
True.
discussions now. Maybe if we would have had more of a collaboration back then, but everybody was going through their own colonization. Everybody was going through their own racism back then,
Exactly.
and maybe we didn't have time to really get to learn each other because back then we was all really fighting the same cause. I mean, how
No,
could, yes, we were. We were
they were
we were
not fighting the
fighting
same
white.
cause
Yes,
that
we
we were
were. We were
fighting.
fighting white
No.
supremacy.
They were.
That
They
that
never
that was
fought YT supremacy. They got
yeah.
colonized,
No, they
and they
did
came
fight
over
white.
here,
No,
and they
they
didn't
did
fight.
fight white
And that
supremacy
is why I
When?
down
said
in
he
When
South
and
doesn't
where?
Africa.
know
When and
history.
where?
I'm
When
He
and
not.
where? You
doesn't know
talk about South
history.
Africa? That's South Africa.
Okay,
But
but you're
when
right.
and where did
But
Africans
but
in
but
whole fight against
but
YT supremacy?
but they were
You tell
still
me when.
all. But they were all over. Well,
Name
all
it then.
over
You
in
said all
Africa.
over. Name it. Name a place where they were fighting YT supremacy. Name it.
Well, I was going to
Yes,
say
of course.
South.
Did
I
you
was
know
going to
that
say
Igbo
South
people fought?
Africa. I was
Did
going to
you know
say
that
Ghana.
Igbo
I
people
was going
fought
to
the
say
British?
Nigeria. I was going to say up north, northern parts
What
Yes.
of
what fight?
Africa.
Let me
Where was this
interject
at?
this if I may.
Ethiopia.
Where was
Ethiopia
this
was
at?
fighting.
Ethiopia.
Ethiopia was
You can say
fighting.
Ethiopia, yes,
Ethiopia
Um,
Ethiopia
did.
fought
Yes,
them.
they did.
Sudan
But
was
guess who helped
fighting.
Ethiopia in the Italian War? I didn't see other Africans sign up for that. Black Americans stood up
Well, of course
and
they
helped
couldn't
My
fight
brother,
because
will
Ethiopia
you just
fight
keep
we
against the
quiet? What do
Arabs.
you know?
everybody
Do you know
every.
history?
Okay,
Nigeria helped
I'm gonna let
Ethiopia.
Again,
y'all.
Do you
I'm
I
know
gonna
what
would
let
time
y'all.
like
I'm
Nigeria
to
gonna
Say
let
helped?
what?
y'all.
interject this to
I'm
the
gonna
You
let
can't
y'all
point
outtalk
What are
that
you
talk
the
that.
saying?
one. Hold on, y'all. We can't
too
outtalk
much.
the one.
I would just say this. The idea, particularly, you know my position when it comes to my brothers and sisters on the continent. Most of them are under 60 years of age. Okay? So the idea for them that a Sankora and or who was the brother Denzel played, uh, they did have their particular heroes that they clung to. Did the rest of the diaspora cling to them? Absolutely not. They continue to maintain their separatism from those who are actually fighting the good fight.
What? What?
Yes.
Let me ask you.
Show me
Let me
where
ask you.
Where
y'all.
were you
Let me ask a
fighting?
question. Y'all. Let me
I'm
ask a
not
question.
saying that you were not fighting white supremacy, brother. I'm not saying that. What we are saying is that we as a collective marched, fought,
Okay.
bled,
Can I ask a
and died
question? Can I ask
for
a
what
question,
we
please?
now have here. And to have those from the continent come over here and
Next, brother.
act
Can I go
as
next,
if
brother?
those sacrifices were meaningless.
Let me ask a question, please. Let me just ask
Let
a
that
question.
guy
Yes, sir.
finish. Let him finish before you ask question. Let him finish.
This is important.
What he's saying is important. Stop being rude.
Everybody on this panel is rude, especially you.
Abdul.
I thought I asked
Go
to
ahead,
interject quite
Abdul.
politely, sir.
Let Abdul
Right?
talk. Say what you got
Are
to
you
say. That's so
saying that
important,
black
Mr. Abdul.
immigrants? Are you saying that black immigrants did not fight white supremacy alongside you black Americans?
No,
Are you
not
making
at
that
all.
claim
You
here?
weren't even in America.
Not at all. When would you
Because
have
I
had an
can start to call
opportunity
names.
as black immigrants
Because I can
to
start
fight
to call
a white
names.
supremacy in America?
I can start calling names.
Name him.
Call
Call in
them.
the names. Call it. When. I just want to know when. Show me.
That go along
Shirley
with it.
Chisholm.
Where you're missing
Shirley
the whole
Chisholm.
thing that you're
Sophie
bringing
Carmichael. Edward
That's
Danticat.
you came up
Claudia
later. That's
Jones.
what I'm talking about. This is why
But
we
it's
have
facts,
these
though.
assumptions.
Fiction.
Hold on.
Fine.
Hold on. Let me say this.
Because when we first started, when this country first started, let's start there. Because everyone
Over fiction.
is
Facts over
a
fiction.
complete
Facts over
conundrum
fiction.
that aligns with a misaligned beginning of this country. That's where the problem is coming in. You came to this country after. As black indigenous people. You did. You don't
Mr.
have.
My bad, sister.
Tell me what your connection was.
When did your country become a country, Abdul?
With
Where were
your
the
greed
Haitians?
behind self.
When did your country become a country, Abdul?
Hey, sister, hold
Where
on.
was
I got a
the
question for Mr.
Haitians?
Abdul.
Where was the Haitians?
Mr. Abdul.
When did your country become a country,
Mr.
sir?
Abdul, aren't Muslims the reason why Nigeria is suffering so much right now? Aren't Islamic terrorists the reason why?
Look how uneducated.
Aren't Muslims? No, Mr.
Brother,
Abdul.
you are so uneducated.
Aren't Muslims the reason why
Go in a
Nigeria
book
is
and
suffering?
learn to read. You are Fox News media drone.
Why
You
are
are
Muslims?
sheep.
Why are
You are
Muslims
shaming
attacking
black
I find it
Nigerians?
very
Americans.
interesting,
You are
Abdul,
making
that you
black
have a
Americans look
Caribbean. No,
illiterate
Abdul,
and
are you
retarded.
Abdul, are you from the Caribbean?
Ebola.
You are
No,
making
hold
black
on,
Americans
Abdul. No,
look
Abdul.
illiterate.
Abdul, are
You
you
said
from the
you said
Caribbean?
is it not the reason
Yes,
why?
I
Please
am
answer
from
Jasmine's
Thank you.
question,
I
sir.
wanted to make sure we made that very clear.
She's
Abdul is
asked
from
you
the Caribbean.
politely.
So he has a different tether, idea,
I
right?
don't want to be a terror. I have absolutely. I don't want to be
You don't
no
think we
fucking
can't
black
hear
American.
you?
I have
Of
no
course
wish
you
to be a
don't.
black
But
American. Where the
what's
fuck would I want to
crazy
be a
is
black
Bert
American?
is actually a Nigerian, and you over here being even more disrespectful than him.
Because
Imagine
you are black
that.
just like the Nigerian, and you
We're
think you are
black
not.
like
If you look at that girl, if you look at that lady who's
I
talking
saw you
now,
in the
she
comments
has a
talking about
Nigerian
what you wanna say
boyfriend
about
because
me.
they are all just grooming towards Nigeria.
What does who
I
you
don't have
love
a
have to
They love
do with
Nigerian
anything
men.
that
I
you
don't know
speak to,
why
sir?
she's just pretending.
You know why?
What does who you love have to do with anything you
Keep
speak
quiet.
to?
That
You
should
don't
show you
understand
that I
it.
actually love
People
you
who
guys,
understand
right?
it knows what I'm
Nobody
talking
If you were
about.
actually
so
hates Africans,
xenophobic,
sir.
we
No
wouldn't even
black
interact
American
with you.
actually hate
They didn't
Africans,
even
sir.
interact with you. You
Who
are
You
told
don't
you?
hate Africans.
Yes,
You
Abdul
Bro,
the
Caribbean.
right now
Jamaican.
as we speak, if you go to
Yes,
Ghana,
Abdul the
there are
Jamaican.
so many black Americans buying lands and building houses in Ghana and Nigeria.
Good.
You have
Good.
to
You
go there and
kicking
see
out
for
the
yourself.
Nigerians right
Because
now,
they
Bert. Why
know,
are you kicking out the whole kingdom of
they
Igbo?
will learn the truth.
Good.
The
No,
people who
Bert,
sit
you
here,
Abdul,
hear
they
in
know
Nigeria,
nothing
why
happening
are
in Africa.
Muslims
You
attacking
understand me?
Christians in Nigeria?
Why is the
Mr.
United
Abdul,
States?
why are
Why is the
Muslims
United
attacking
States?
Christians in
Why
Nigeria,
is the
Mr. Abdul?
United States?
The host,
Why
can I
is
ask
the
you a
United
question? The host?
States? Why
Mr.
is the
Abdul,
United
why are
Hold on.
Muslims
Hold
attacking
on.
Christians in
resources on the
Nigeria?
Hold on,
African
everybody.
continent?
Hold on, everybody. Hold
Mr.
on. Let
Host.
me hear from 𝗤𝗏𝗴𝗵𝗵𝗁. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah. Mr. Host, let me ask you something. What is the benefit of this conversation that we're having? How, okay, and how
Hold
do you
on, brother.
know?
Hold on, brother.
How
So
do you
the
know?
benefit of this
How,
conversation
okay, I wanted
is
to. Okay, I didn't finish. Well, go ahead.
go ahead. No, you ask your question
I said,
completely. Go ahead.
what statistics do you get it from that Africans hate African Americans, or
No,
African
we hate
Americans hate
Ebola.
Black?
We hate Ebola, my friend. We know what
Come on, brother.
Ebola
Come on,
is.
brother. Calm down.
Listen to that illiterate up in the corner there. Listen to that
We
illiterate.
hate with Ebola, man.
So,
Listen to that
how?
illiterate in the corner there.
Where did you
Pure
get that
illiteracy.
from?
Okay, hold on.
That
Hold on.
this
Because what
person,
we
Hold on.
need you all
Hold
to
on.
do is
yeah.
to build your house up
So
without
then
taking my roof,
Africa.
my
Why don't
water,
you
my
leave
plumbing.
Africa?
Brother, if you
Are you
let
the
me
host?
explain
What's the
it to
host?
you
I
so
mean,
that
I
a
just
child could understand this,
I want.
I will give
No,
it to you.
no, I'm not a child.
You're
I'm
trying to
I
Eventually,
overtalk
these
don't
our
things
think you
do
are.
their
I'm just
job.
trying to
That's what I'm
explain
talking
it as a
about. I
child
thought you
for the
guys said
rest of the
you
panel.
never said something like this before. Is that not what he's saying right now?
What I am saying is that FBA, Foundational Black Americans, have built up a system here.
What
You
system,
all
buddy?
What
have
system is
not
that?
built up
Can
a
you
system
elaborate
in
what
your.
system are you talking
Why are
about?
you interrupting me? Do you
I
not
want
have
you
impulse
to
control,
elaborate so
sir?
we understand you.
He has
Is
Ebola.
impulse control
He
something
has
you all
Ebola.
do not have?
The Ebola is taking over his brain.
Sorry.
Ebola. Oh my God. Oh, anyway, brother, do you not hear what I'm saying? Do you know the difference between a metaphor and a simile?
Because you are not elaborating. You said
Yes
we
or
came to
no?
take
Metaphor or
something from
simile?
you. Can you say what we came here to take from you?
How about a scholarship from the Martin Luther King Jr. Scholarship Fund?
What the fuck am I hearing here?
This guy the dream.
How about
we
that
must go
immigrants
under.
who
We
come to
must
this
go
country are given
we must go
benefits that
understand.
foundational Black Americans have been denied?
Listen,
Okay,
he's
we must
right.
go understand is that
Why
the
is the US
fundamental Black
theory
Americans
overthrowing
have taken their
Foundational sister, not fundamental.
oh, I'm sorry, foundation Black Americans have taken their what was it, their culture, whatever, and built it on European culture. Actually, okay, we were born here under European
You hear
to
yourself?
say dictatorship. Africans had their own culture at a
Lisa,
time,
leave the
but
crack rock alone.
theirs was taken away.
Lisa, leave the crack
But
rock
we was
alone.
born,
Okay.
You sound
into
crazy.
it.
Okay, hold on,
We
hold on,
were.
hold on.
We were born
Hold on.
into the
You're
European.
sounding like
So
it.
You're ignoring
everything
the
that
fact
we're
that we've
doing
had
now
multiple years of
is
actually
European.
fighting this system
Hold
where
on.
So
they have not fought
how
the
can a
system
person
like we
sit
have.
here and say that Africans are about white supremacy when everything that we do is European? We have
Please go take your
Okay, hold
meds.
on. I got to stop you. I'm the host. I got to stop you because I got to interject. Listen.
When the truth start coming in.
Listen, no, this is no. Listen. She's not sounding like a foundational Black American. She sounds more like a Pan-Africanist. And that's cool. We got some people that are Pan-Africanists. But see, this is the problem with Pan-Africanism. Pan-Africanism makes you quote white supremacist talking points and African views. It says that Black Americans don't have culture. That's if you're a Pan-African, you believe that Black Americans don't have culture, and that's false. Family reunion, we did that. Okay? There was no such thing. Memorial Day, we did that. Okay? We are from country all the way to current music today, reggae, that's foundational Black American music. It's inspired from us. We didn't get this from no Africa. We didn't get this from no Africa. We are the culture and the influence in America and across the globe. We have over 50,000. We have over 50,000 patents. We have over hundreds of thousands of inventions in this country, and I mean inventions that people use every single day.
Hey,
From the stoplight to the
can I
mobile
elaborate?
refrigerator. Hold on. I mean, we have so many peanut butter. The first biochemist was George Washington Carver.
Did you create Mars as well?
Abdul, did you create Mars?
We
No,
created
we
that.
don't have
Created
to.
that.
Hold on, time out.
Who was the
We
first
had
science?
that
Who
stuff
was the
like that
first science?
Ebola. No.
Listen, hold on. Math is
Ebola.
accredited. Hold on, math is accredited in Africa. But
said
whatever,
Mars.
but hold on, check it out.
Mars.
Whatever goes on in the Eastern Hemisphere is not what's synonymous with the Western Hemisphere, because America, we
Facts.
actually got our own thing going on. So we also created math.
Bro, let me advise you.
Mars.
We didn't.
Let me go.
Hold on.
Lisa, shut up,
We
Lisa.
Americans did not travel all the way to Africa to learn anything. You understand
Facts.
what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
Europe did. You can say y'all taught Europeans math, but
Facts.
y'all didn't teach no Americans nothing.
Facts. Facts.
We got
let me go.
more pyramids than y'all
Hey,
got.
Big Hurt, be quiet, Ebola man. Let me talk.
Hold on. We got more pyramids than y'all got. We got more lakes than y'all got. We got more mounds than y'all got. What?
Where do you have these things?
Where do you have all these
Listen,
things?
go Google it. Just because y'all don't know about it.
Where do you have these things?
Let me talk.
Bro is fighting it hard to say something.
You're talking to somebody who's well researched over here. A lot of
own
stuff
anything
First
in the
computers are named after black women.
Look, bro, let me tell you one truth.
No, Ebola,
Whether
Ebola
you
man.
like it or
You're not
not,
talking
Africa
for me,
was the
Ebola
first
man.
civilization
No, Ebola man.
in the
Ebola
planet
man. I talk
Earth.
first, Ebola man.
You
I
understand
talk
me?
first, Ebola man.
Africa was the
No,
first
Ebola man,
civilized
Ebola man, Ebola man.
continent all over the world. The first
Ebola
culture,
man, Ebola man,
first
Ebola man.
doctor,
told you
the
that.
first
Where are you
herbalist,
guys at
the
now,
first
though? With all
tradition,
of
the
the
first
real
man
quick.
that
Ebola
ever to
man, you don't
exist
talk me
on
for me.
Africa.
Hold on, we cannot talk
So
over
you,
this.
where
Who
does
told
American
you?
It's
come
my
from?
turn,
Where did
Ebola
they
man.
generate
Ebola
from?
man, it's my
Hold
turn.
on.
It is my
Every
turn.
black country are
Anybody come
connected
off
to
their mic?
Africa.
Hold on, we gonna mute. Hold on, we got to do some house rules. We got listen. I'm the host. When y'all hear me talk, please respectfully be quiet. I'm not gonna tell y'all again. I'm just gonna start dropping people, and that's just what it's gonna be. Do not
You better
overtalk
just do
me.
it because it makes
My
no
bad.
sense.
You'll be the
Because
first
you
one,
have no
brother. You'll be the
impulse
first one.
control as an adult.
You'll be the first one,
There
brother.
is no there's
If
no
you
need
want to
for
challenge
control
that,
in
you
this
be the
manner.
first one to go. 'Cause I got other
This
people up
issue
here.
has no control already. Because
How do you think you can come on
how can
somebody
you
else's
shut somebody
platform and
up?
tell them what to do? How do you do that? How do you have that type of arrogance?
Because that's what the problem
Wait,
is with this
Too
country.
Much.
They
This
come
is
over here
It's that
Kiki.
and they
Ebola.
run everything.
I see
Yeah,
you,
Too
Kiki.
Much. This is. Can you put my mod on this page? Because the other one it got perma banned. And all that over talking, I can't understand what's going on at all.
I'm
I
mod
don't
you
My
up.
know.
bad, sister.
I'll mod you up.
Thank you.
Can I talk?
I only have limited minds,
Go
right?
go ahead, but keep the Ebola to keep
Alright.
it to
My
I
bad.
get it, but keep it to
Alright, my bad. I just got this to say. I'm kind of mad you kicked Mr. Abdul off because I had something to say to Mr. Abdul. I see
You
Mr.
wanted to be the
Abdul.
first one to test it, so I had to he can request back up, but
I see Mr. Abdul is of Islamic. He's a Islamic person. So I was gonna ask him, why did his prophet Muhammad marry a 9-year-old? Aisha was 9 years old.
I'm go there,
So
man.
I'm a Christian man.
I got you, but don't down
I ain't
talk.
gonna.
We're not gonna do that,
That
brother.
guy is
No,
not
we're
a
not gonna
Christian.
do that.
That guy is
We're not gonna do
put
that.
that guy below.
We're not even gonna
He
touch
doesn't have
that.
anything to say.
That crosses the line that we don't want to cross here.
Yeah, we got a lot of black
We're
Americans.
much more grown
We don't
than
want to
that.
disrespect anybody foundational on here, especially with that type of. I get it. I understand what you're saying. We can have religious battles another time, but that's not this platform. That's
You're
somebody.
right,
Okay.
You're right.
But
So,
I,
but also about the
but
reggae.
it's not like I don't understand. Yes, I know we do have culture, but I think our narcissism.
We are the culture.
But I think our narcissism gets in the way of us trying to,
No, it's not.
our narcissism and us wanting to be separate and thinking that we're better than everybody else.
No,
Who
they
said we were better, sister?
We never
No.
Getting in the way of trying to help other people. I mean, we feel like
helped them.
Who said it's better than you? Who said
because
that?
One of the things that has been
Which of the African in the diaspora helped us?
let me finish first, President, then I'm gonna step
Go ahead.
down.
I'm sorry, sister.
Let me say this. We have helped people to the point that they have stepped on, embedded, and integrated and taken our souls from us. Let me start there. That's where the problem is coming in. We are now trying to separate ourselves, not to say that we're better than anyone else, but to request and require the respect that, number one, we were here first. You come in and you just the same way that Abdul came on to this man's platform and ran it like he owned it. That is called rude and disrespectful. No one has properly sat and talked to and informed Africans that you cannot come to this country and continue to be rude and disrespectful because you have, number one, no jurisdiction. The second component that goes along with it, who are you to tell someone what they are and what they are not? The final thing that I'm going to say, and then I'm going to step down. Lisa, I don't know who you are, and I've never seen you before. I've never heard of you before. But I really implore you to do more research into who you are individually before you start saying that we absorb the white culture, because I promise you, you are not who you think you are, because there has been a complete misaligned, redirected, and intentional uh, inaccurate history that has been taught to our people, that has been embedded into the brains. I personally know that I am of Choctaw. I have all of my documentation that goes along with it. Period. That goes all the way back, including my last name that belongs on the Choctaw Indian rolls. And I'm going to say that again. The same last name that I have today. There is no sign in any of the documentation of any type of slavery. I'm saying to you, sister, for the sake of intellectual engagement, I understand it appears that your heart is that you say, why can't we all get along? It has to start with, number one, having knowledge of who you are, and then having respect that goes along with it. Thank you for your time.
Oh,
Everybody, God
you're
bless
welcome. And then what you said was very, nicely said. Thank you for being very nice and not judgmental towards me.
you.
But all I'm just saying is that we are all black people, regardless of where we come from and who we are. And
We are not
I
the
just
same.
feel like, okay, we don't have to be the same, sir, but we still
Let me
have
finish.
all black skin, and we've all had our
No.
share with white supremacy and being mistreated, no matter where we go. If you're from Africa and you have the options to go to Paris or England or wherever, you're not liked. Or even if Americans go to certain parts here in America, we're not liked. We're not wanted because we have dark skin, no matter who we are, what cultures we come from, what
But let me
religious
say this.
background. We still have dark skin and we're still
I
hated. It
get you.
doesn't matter.
I get you.
It
But
doesn't
here's the
matter
problem.
Lisa,
who we are
you
or
are
Those are
the
what
the
we
only
are.
Western
intellectual,
neo-colonial powers
intelligent
that you are
person
Hold
adhering
that
on.
to,
will
Remember what I
ever
sister.
come
told y'all
across
about when
in.
the whole starts talking. Hold on. Let me say this. Listen. I get it. All skin folk is not kinfolk. We cannot do that. That actually harms our lineage when we say
It also harms our
when we're
lineage
all
too.
dark skinned. Hold on, birthright or whatever, big hurt. Listen, that harms us because we have too many people when we've done. Okay, prime example. We did everything you said. We thought we were all one big Negro. We thought we were all black. And look at how much anti-black hate is coming out of the black immigrant community.
Where did you get that from? That's
Where
what I
did
don't
you get
understand.
that from? What
Yeah.
news? Which news? Which
Who told you that?
Okay, hold on. Y'all
Yeah.
want okay? We got Jamaicans. Let's get specific. We got Jamaicans who come
Hmm.
over here and say black people don't need reparations, and they start
Facts.
speaking for us. We got the CEO of the Essence Fest talking about we all black and we all need to come together. At the same time, denigrating us and making us look bad at the Essence Fest. I mean, it's ridiculous. We got we got we got black immigrants saying we're not black if we don't protect them against ICE. You understand what I'm
No,
saying?
no, no.
We got
But
black
that's
immigrants who come over here illegally, by the way, okay, and they do whatever they do, crime, whatever, and guess who it gets lumped all up under? It all gets lumped under black. And we don't want to take y'all loss, y'all L's anymore. We're just like y'all know how to take y'all wins and say, I'm Nigerian, I'm Trinidadian, I'm Caribbean. Just how y'all know how to do that.
But
When
you know
y'all take
what?
y'all
But
wins
we have
away
all
from the
been
black
You're
community.
brainwashed.
Hold
biased.
on, hold on, hold
We
on.
have all
Just
been
like hold
brainwashed to
on,
think
hold
like
on.
that.
Yeah,
Exactly.
he's
Doesn't
thinking
matter
that
though.
way.
It
Like
harms us.
he's
It
trying to
harms us.
say,
But the moment y'all do crime, the moment y'all fill up a jail cell, y'all want to talk about black crime and black people in prison when it's a lot of y'all in prison too. And y'all get added to our numbers. And we want to separate from that. We don't want y'all L's. We don't want y'all dumping y'all trash in our community. And then when y'all do something great, y'all act like it's just y'all that did it.
no.
Look at Botham John. Botham John. They started. It was Black Americans who helped Botham John. But you know what they did? They started a Caribbean fund. But cool. Start your Caribbean
His
fund. Great,
brother literally hugged the judge
man.
or the criminal that unalived his brother.
Can
We
I
don't
say
do
something?
You
that.
have not
Black
seen an FBA.
Americans
You have not seen
don't
an FBA do that.
do that. We don't hug and kiss no white tea behind. And if y'all are gonna come over here and hug and kiss white tea behind, go do it in your own homeland. Don't
So
bring that
my
stuff over
question
here
is,
and say it's black because black people don't do that. We don't do that. And if y'all not gonna abide by the way we run black in this country, get the hell up out of here.
And to Miss
Go be
Lisa,
black in your homeland.
but America's not yours. So
hold
you
on,
don't
but
tell us
Rock,
get
and
the
to
hell out of here.
Miss
Is
Lisa,
it
before you
yours?
leave, hold on, and Miss Lisa, before you leave, I think you need to actually look into the person who coined that term. All my skin folk are not kinfolk, and it's my name, 𝗤𝗲𝗄𝗄𝗃 Hurston. It really irritates me how y'all have this facade that we've always been getting along. That is not true. You're talking about people that unalive our historical, who actually kumbaya'd with the CIA, you know, to unalive our historical black figures. You're talking about Billie Holiday, the black man that set Billie Holiday up, right? You're talking about the black man that was the reason why Fred Hampton was unalive. So please stop doing that. Like it's a facade and it's not real. Y'all want all of us to get along just because we're black. That would never happen.
I don't think
It's
it's
not
because you
true.
don't want to get
No,
along. I think
no,
Americans are so full of
no,
themselves.
no, no, no,
You
no,
know,
no, no,
we
no.
don't want to. You know, we.
No. So again,
You're not
hold
American.
on. You're talking about different aspects where we helped other people. You're talking about South Africa during their apartheid. Black Americans, we raised a lot of money and sent it to them. You're talking about the East Africa. Like it's a
Ethiopia.
yeah, exactly. It's a plethora of countries that we have been,
Zambia.
it really just irritates me how y'all say this because Black Americans, and I'm not trying to scrutinize us, we're too forgiving, and we tend to help other people instead of helping ourselves first. So it's weird that you're making it seem like we're just full of ourselves. No, it's not our fight that we're the face of blackness. We never asked for that. We never asked for people to steal our ish. We never asked for that. So for you to be an elder and you're speaking like that, saying that we pray to the white tea man, like I don't know what's wrong with y'all generation saying that, but it's weird. We've never done that. Even people in your generation never prayed to the white tea man, ma'am. Like that contradicts everything that the people before you fought for. Like what? Let's be realistic now. And I ain't trying to scrutinize you because you're my elder, but have common sense, please.
Okay,
Well, I do have a
Eric is
I
not
right.
a
can
black
say
The
American.
Well,
something.
lady just said
I do
she
have a right
just
to
wants
believe how I
unity,
want to
and you are
believe.
telling
Can I
her
say
We can't
something?
all
that she
speak
should
over
get the
each other.
common
I think
sense.
she
You
was
are the one who
addressing
actually
Lisa.
don't have the
Big
common
Hurt.
sense.
I'll let you come in next.
You
I
are the
think she
one
was
who actually
addressing
is not using the
Big
common
Hurt.
sense.
Ebola man.
Big
Ebola man.
Hurt.
Calm down.
She
Big
was only
Hurt.
trying to
I
unite.
can't
She's
scream
talking
over
peace.
you,
You are
Big
talking.
Ebola
Hurt.
man.
I think she was addressing Lisa, and we need to let Lisa respond.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Lisa.
no,
You
but
know,
Lisa is not her age
I
mate.
know it sounds a little, it sounds off. I apologize for that. I do have an unorthodox way of thinking that a lot of people, have their own way of thinking. I apologize for that. Now, I'm not meaning to step on no toes or offend anyone, but all I just see it as is that, I know it's hard to work with each other continentally because it's hard to even work with some of our people here where we live. We've had our own fight here, and they've had their own fight over there. As well as other countries have had their fight. We've all had our fight with white supremacy, and all I'm just thinking is that I feel like where we can't make it in one place, there's nothing wrong with people coming over here and trying to make a better life for themselves.
Can you do that in their country?
In another
Of
country,
course.
Yes, America did
in
it in
another
Africa.
country.
American
And
government came to Africa, took all the resources in Africa. They are still taking to today.
What does it have to do with us? Like, listen, we got to be for real
Listen,
now.
we
What
can't come
African
from
nation?
nothing in your country because if we can come from nothing in your country, you wouldn't come over here and try to do it. We have to
Exactly.
go over there with the bag.
What
If I
bag?
Exactly.
go to Africa, I got to have a
Yes.
bag already in place because I'm not going to get a bag over there.
That's right.
Well, that's true, but I'm just saying.
There is
You
no
come,
but.
I just
listen,
There is
look,
so
no.
listen,
we
There is no
okay.
but.
listen real quick,
If
Lisa.
we know that
Lisa,
our
real
if we
quick.
know that
Lisa,
okay.
real quick.
Military
Lisa, real
bases, go
quick.
and look. American
Lisa,
military
real quick.
bases
This is
everywhere.
what they do.
What are they
They
looking
talk
for?
all that mess in America, but they're quiet as a church mouse in their own country. You know what they say in their
America
own
is
country?
claiming
When
the giant
injustice,
of the whole
hold on,
world. You
when
want to
injustice
control
kicks
other
them in the
countries.
behind,
You
you know
want
what
to
they
take their
say?
resources.
You know
You
what
want to
they
cause
say?
war.
You know what they say when injustice kicks them in the behind? It's the government. It's the They never do
And when,
anything about it. They blame it on the government. But when they come over here,
when America causes
this is
war, and
when
this
they start
Big
talking
Her,
real big.
chill
They
out for
talk
a few
real big
seconds.
when they get to America.
call
When
them
they
immigrants.
get
After
freedom of speech, they get to really open their mouth and talk. But otherwise, when they're in their own country, they're so humble. They're so kind. They're so nice.
who told you?
They won't do none of the stuff that they're talking about because they're afraid.
Well,
Okay, bro.
I do
In their
believe
country, you
that
know what their
because
government
I
will do?
believe in
Their
some
government will
sense.
bring
Obama
out
came
that
to
pew
Nigeria.
pew and
Well,
start all of them.
okay, I do
To
believe that because in
introduce
some
Well,
sense they're
I
still being
understand you not. Hold on,
colonized.
Lisa. One
You know,
second.
no,
I under.
can I finish, please?
Wait 1 second. First of all, Big Her, I understand that Nigerian men have big egos, but you're interrupting everybody on the panel. Nobody cares about what you have to say. Chill out for a second.
It's that Ebola. Ebola is taking over his
Come
brain.
on, man. No, no, no,
Okay,
no, no, no.
Miss Lisa,
I hope you guys can hear me. I
Miss
want to
Lisa, you
say
can go ahead.
something. Hold on, I'm
Yeah.
going to say something. I'm not going to go back and forth with two Africans on the panel. It's just you guys are so freaking loud. But no, this is a reset of the last live, right? There are over 300 people in here, so let's keep tapping. That's my little mod duty. But what I want to say is, you guys come over here so vulture, like you guys are just so loud and like imposing. And one of the
They're
main points
always
that I
loud.
made,
Africans are
why are you
loud.
still talking? One of the things that I brought up in the last live that you
That's
were,
what makes us man as
I'm not
man.
going
Man,
to
can
over
you
talk
have a
you.
little impulse
I am
control?
not going to talk over you. Thank you. We were talking about how you guys are tribalists in your own continent. We are the USA. You think that the USA is like the whole continent of America. Big up to the USA for you guys thinking that.
Are you living under a rock
We
or
are
you've not been
we are
seeing it?
50 states that are part of one country on a whole continent that is called America. And even in your on your continent, right now, we're not talking about the past. If you were like, oh, the past, right now, you guys are like, get all of the Nigerians out of every part of South Africa, get them out of Ghana, get them out of Ethiopia, because you guys are so loud and disrespectful that they don't even want to associate with you. Then you bring that same tribalistic stuff over here, and then you call us xenophobic. And we're watching all of you guys do this. I don't know why you think that we're deaf, dumb, and blind, but we're not. We're sitting here. We're listening to you do the same things, and you're over here, and we're trying to explain to you. I don't even know why at this point, because it is like talking to the most remedial people on earth. Like, it's nice to say tethers, to be honest, but you're not just African tether. You are a European tether too. I think you guys are the same people because you guys still sit there with your white powder wigs and your court systems, sitting
Sister,
here
would you
like,
like to
look,
be a
you're like, yeah,
newscaster?
no, I'm not done. I'm
Would
gonna
you
be
like to
done in a
be a
second.
journalist?
No, we're a journalist. I'm a scholar, clearly. I'm over here paying attention, and you think that we're not paying
Someone who
attention to you
studies
guys?
history is an intelligent person, sir.
No.
We don't. We will
Those
not
history are
have.
trash.
We
They
will
are
not
failed
have. I'm gonna
history.
land my
You
plane
would
in like.
fail
I'm
Bro,
gonna
history.
land my
let her
plane in
talk. Let her
30
You fail a
speak.
seconds.
lot.
Let
I'm
her
gonna
finish,
land
then you
my
continue.
plane in 30 seconds. I promise you. A bed. You see how I know you Nigerians? We are not going to, and we've never been there, sitting there pacifying and kissing up to these white people, the Jays too. You guys are the ones that love them so much. You guys are the ones that told us that before you guys come over here, you are told how we are basically the bottom of the barrel, how we're the ones that get all of these
That's
subsistence
delusional. Nobody
from. No,
needs to
you
give
said
this
it.
That's a
lady
lie.
a good
Whatever. I'm gonna
history.
say this when I land my
That's a
plane.
lie.
They are
You
just
guys
allowing you
come
to
over.
talk because
You
they know
guys.
that you can talk
You
trash. Everyone is allowing you to talk
That's
because you
trash.
talk trash.
That's trash. I'm giving you actual current events.
Where's the
You were
data for
talking
it? Put
about
the
the
proof
wars
in the
that were.
comments so I can
Tell
research
me
it.
that you
I
guys
actually
are
want you
doing that
to
in
make some
Ghana right
useless
now.
Put
points.
the proof in the
Tell
comments.
me you're not doing that in Ghana right now today. I
What
land my
what what
plane
No,
what,
there.
you
what are
put
they
the proof.
doing?
Okay,
You
hold
the one
on.
saying it.
Okay,
Hold on
bro.
before
Let
they
me
go
ask
to
a
This is what
another
question.
I'm going to do.
topic.
This
If you overtalk anybody on the panel, overtalk the host, I'm just going to drop you and block you. You see how that sounds? So shut up, Big Hurt. Now
Yeah,
I'm being
fuck
rude.
you. Block me without
Now
putting food
you're
on my table.
dropped and you're
Dropping.
blocked.
There
Now
you
you're
go.
dropped and you're blocked.
There you go. Just like that. I like it. Let's keep it going. Listen, y'all. I know that Y'all don't like being held accountable. This is just black Americans holding y'all accountable because y'all have done some foul things.
Show the proof.
We're not claiming all of them. We got the proof, man. Where matter of fact,
Okay, put it in the comments so I can research it.
Where are you from, man? Where are you from?
I'm from America.
No, you're not. Where's your
Don't give me
homeland?
that bullshit.
Where's your homeland?
I'm
Where's
not
your
colonized. I'm
Where's
not your
your
slave.
homeland, ma'am?
I
Stop
said
lying.
I am, and that's what it
Where's
is.
your homeland, ma'am? Don't lie. If you lie, we're just gonna drop you.
Black Panther, Chicago, Illinois.
Don't complain it up. Where's your family
Now
from?
what?
Where's your
Now
family
what?
from?
Chicago, Illinois.
Where's
Black
your
Panther.
family from, ma'am? Where's your family from?
I don't want to hear that shit. Give me
You're
the proof.
Haitian. You're Haitian. Get the hell
Yeah,
out.
she Haitian.
Yeah. You know, a lot of these Haitians come in and trying to cosplay and thinking they black American, but they're not.
Bro,
I'm from Chicago.
I'm still asking the
Your
question.
family's not from Chicago. You didn't just land in Chicago. Your family came from somewhere. So we're just gonna get you
I'm asking a
about the
question.
paint. Don't lie. If I ask you something, just be truthful. Don't lie, or we just gonna get you up out the paint. Go ahead, Barack.
Okay, my question is, how do you know like the Africans hate African Americans? Because it's kind of new to me. I've been here for 27 years. There was a time that I was in the train. I'm in New York, by the way. There's a different race, which I don't want to mention them, was attacking one of our brother. He's African American or he's Black American. You know, we jump into it. So the guy was asking me, he's American, you're African, why you trying to help me? I said, well, we're not going to sit here for you to finish our brother. Then before we come and make a play, we fight and save him before we ask the reason. I personally don't see any difference. I see a black man has a brother. I have never seen any like a black American has a different than me. Yeah, they can be from America. They have nothing to do with Africa. But once their skin is black and I'm black, I see
What
them as a
country are you
brother.
from? What country are you from?
I'm originally from Ghana, but I'm American citizen, which I do appreciate African Americans a
So you've
lot.
never heard of you never heard of black Africans calling black Americans 𝗂𝗏?
I don't know what did that mean.
You've been here 20 years, sir, and you're gonna tell me
27.
27 years, and you never
Yeah.
heard an African call a black American an 𝗂𝗏.
Honestly,
Don't
maybe
lie.
you
Don't
probably
lie.
not pronounce it well, but I don't
Don't
know what that
lie.
is.
Don't lie, sir. Come
Bro,
on,
you
don't be
hold on one
disingenuous.
second. Hold on one
Don't
second.
do
Hold on.
that.
Whether or
Hold
not
on.
the
You don't know
pronunciation
him.
is
You don't
correct
know
is
him.
irrelevant.
Hold on. We are
You
only
know the
met.
word 𝗂𝗏.
I'm
You
coming.
know what
I
that
swear
means.
to God, if I know what is akata mean, I should get into accident and die, and I shouldn't survive.
See, this is
You
what
know
I'm
what
talking
that
about,
is?
man.
Why will I call
This
my
is the
friend?
problem
Hold
with
on.
Africans. Y'all want to lie so
I
much.
swear to you
Just
with
tell
my
the
life,
truth.
you're still telling me
I'm
I'm
not going to
lying.
say he's lying too much. I'm
I
not going to
swear
say he's
my
lying.
life
I'm
What
not
I'm
gonna
going
fall
to
for that
say
no
is
more,
that there
man.
are
know what that
54
is.
there are 54 countries on that continent.
Ghana
So
is one of
the
them. That's all
term
it's
can be
𝗂𝗏.
Yeah, why
specific
would
to
I?
a region, and
What?
he might not know. If it is a Nigerian slur and he is
And
claiming to be from Ghana,
especially
he
because
may
it's
not know
Nigerian,
the
because
slur.
Ghana is next
I,
door neighbors,
I'm
brother.
I'm
So no,
100% Ghanaian. But my
doesn't
brother,
matter. You've
hold
been
on
here
1 minute.
long enough.
Hold on,
You've
hold
heard
on.
that term
But
before,
you
sir.
see, when you have
I don't
time,
believe it.
listen to me. When you have time for some bullshit, that's what you hear bullshit. You understand what I'm saying? I don't see you as different. I see you as a brother. You
Okay, so
understand?
let me
I
ask you
see
this.
you as
Let
you
me
in
ask
a
you this. You
way.
see us as a
Uh-huh.
brother. What have
Yeah.
you done for the black community, black
What have I done
American
for that?
community?
I was
What have
helping
you
Nation Action Network when they're doing the demonstration
Did you?
in Harlem.
Was that
I
Al
contribute money.
Sharpton's
Yeah,
entity?
I was contributing money to make sure,
You were
you know what
working
I'm
with
saying?
Al Sharpton.
No, I wasn't working there. I was contributing money.
No, I'd say you were
I
working
no.
with.
What do you mean I'm working with?
With. Yes, you were
Contri-
supporting Al Sharpton's National Network News, National
exactly,
Action Network.
exactly. When anything
Can
happened to
I
a
Al
black
talk?
man,
Sharpton's
they
brother, hear me out, please. Al Sharpton's National Action Network has
Mhm.
not been working for the foundational black American community. It has been
No
working
problem.
against, brother, listen to me. It has been working against us. It has not been working for us. I understand the idea that NAN was working for the diaspora.
I mean, Honestly, me, my
They
margin is
have not been working for those who have been foundational Black Americans.
Barack, are
Do
you a
you see
Democrat
the
or a
difference?
Republican?
Can you
Barack,
what is
acknowledge the
it?
difference in that?
I vote Democrat. I
you're
vote
a
for
exactly. See, so this is what I'm saying, sir. This is what I'm saying. This all I'm saying is a lot of you not. I don't want to generalize everybody, but let me just say this:
Mhm,
a lot of you Black immigrants,
mhm,
y'all join the Democratic Party because it
mhm.
benefits immigrants and not foundational Black Americans. That's why foundational Black Americans are delineating from the Democratic Party because we're tired of all our resources going to immigrants and not to us. So
Too
it makes
much.
sense that you benefit that you pour into
What?
Democrat initiatives like Al
Mhm.
Sharpton because they're always pouring into your community. They're not pouring into the Black community in America.
Okay. What are they pouring in our community? Because I don't have any benefit. I work, I make enough money. So what
The
benefit do
fact
I
that
get
he
from joining them?
speaks for you with a platform
No, he
as
doesn't.
large as the
Let
mainstream
me say it
Y'all
media
like
sound
this.
like
gives
Uncle
him,
Ruckus and the
sir.
Boom
Let me
I
say
Guy.
it
did
like
not
this.
join
Let
for
me prove
them.
the point right here. Let me prove the point right
Okay.
here that you guys get benefits.
Okay.
In Los Angeles right now, there's a mayor called Karen Bass.
Okay.
And you know what she says she's going to do for immigrants who have been affected by ICE?
Okay.
She's going to give them money, cash aid. When have they ever done that specifically for foundational Black Americans? They
Okay.
do things specifically for immigrants.
Okay.
You
Can I
guys
also ask
have
you a
a
question?
Y'all sound
whole
like Uncle Ruckus,
political
man.
party that backs y'all up.
Okay.
That will say we're not gonna ship out no illegal immigrants. We gonna have these what they call them these free haven states where people can come and hide freely and be
Safe haven.
they have these safe havens for it. We don't have. There's no safe haven for a Black American to run to and hide from the police, from ICE, from anything like.
Okay.
We don't have
Okay.
that, sir. But
Okay.
y'all have that.
Okay.
That's
Let me
what
ask you
I'm
a question.
trying to say.
Is
They
that
have. There is no policy specifically for foundational Black Americans, but there are definitely policies for immigrants that
okay?
are
Okay. Let me ask you
specific for
something.
them.
Is that
So you
you say
do have
Florida,
help.
right? You say Florida, right? Okay. Is that help going towards the Africans alone, or it goes for other race? Because right now you are talking about African immigrants, right? Saying they are benefiting from
I
you.
don't
So right
like.
now
No, we're
it's gonna
talking
be
No,
about
between me
all
and you.
immigrants.
you don't see
All
his
immigrants
background.
in the Democrat Party. Whether
His
you are
background is very
African,
clear.
Asian, Arab, small hat, whatever. All immigrants are receiving these benefits from the Democrat Party.
And I have never
Y'all sound
received
like
them
Uncle
because I don't
Ruckus.
even claim them. I don't
Being
claim them.
here, you being here is the benefit that you receive. I promise you.
What
You
Y'all
benefit?
definitely,
What
sound like
benefit?
Uncle Ruckus
You've
from
had
Boondock.
no, we're not
27
no Uncle
years.
Ruck. You
I
definitely
make
came
over
over here over
$100,000.
I've
So
been
what are
a
you
here
lot
for
talking
of
so
about
things.
that
long.
I
They
You
know
benefit?
have had
everything
Right?
for me.
27
Or
years
They do everything
of
for
or
the
immigrants,
immigrants.
benefiting
Sound like
Africans that
from
are
Ruckus.
being
over
You
in
see,
here.
Hold
America
on. Okay,
under
hold
now
on.
the Civil
You
Let me
Rights
hear
are
from.
Act.
I am
Let me hear
beginning to
from.
believe it's just a
Let me hear
hit
from. Hold on, Brock. Let me hear from
because I.
Monique.
Okay,
Let me hear
sorry.
from Monique real quick, and then I'm gonna get to Petit Diablo,
Any
and
Ebola person?
then we'll
Petite, you
come
have
back
Ebola?
to you.
You sure you want to do that? Because you know
Oh no,
what's
we can do
coming.
that. We can go there.
I know what's coming. I already know
Let's
what's
go
coming.
there.
I already know. Trust me, I already know.
You know, someone
Monique,
from here was
go ahead,
What
Monique.
is about?
Pity.
God.
Hey, everybody, how are you all doing?
What's
How you
up,
doing, Monique?
sister?
So, I wanted to get on and say specifically to Sister Lisa that when she spoke about us being narcissists, I think you're confusing that with pride. We are a proud people, and we do, we speak on what we did, and it has nothing to do with discounting anyone else. We just proud of ourselves for doing what we did and what we stand on for.
Everything okay back there?
Let me add this right quick. Interject this rather. We need to get these likes up to 20,000 people. Let's go right now. Get it up to
Yes,
20,000 in
sir.
the next 5 minutes.
I got a question for Mr. Petite, the Ebola man. So, what's your argument, bro? What is
I'm
your
gonna pause
argument?
Hey,
real
hey,
quick
hey,
so I
put
can
some
pass the
respect on
mic.
my name, bro.
Put some respect on my name. Go back to Africa if you want to live in Africa
I
so
mean, but
bad.
he's Haitian.
I ain't African. I'm 100% Haitian, bitch.
Go back to Haiti. Go back to Haiti. I know why you want to go back to Haiti.
100% Haitian, bro. Get it
It's
straight.
barbecue. There's some barbecue
Hey,
on
hey,
your
hey.
country.
Hey, but y'all know what y'all sound like? Y'all sound like
Y'all do what
Uncle
y'all sound
Ruckus
like.
from the Boondock.
Bro,
Oh,
you're
I've been here
Haitian.
for so long, master
You
never
are a
do
low
nothing
life.
for me.
You go back to Haiti.
Yeah,
Go back to Haiti, me
I
man. Go
know.
back to Haiti.
Yeah, that's part of trying to be funny, huh?
But what I don't understand is that we always talking and telling
Yeah.
people to go back to their own country when we ain't barely wanted here.
Thank you.
This is the more the
That's
people.
why they
But the
complaining
biggest
now. Oh,
No, I
master
mean
never
just
do
be
nothing
honest
for me.
about it.
Lisa,
They don't
If
even
we're
want
going to
to.
be
you've been
honest,
there
sister, we have to acknowledge what
us.
was taken from us and
I'm not even
reclassified by the United States government. If
crazy.
you're not going to acknowledge that honesty and theft that the United States government implemented upon us, then you are
Okay,
not
why don't
being
y'all
I mean,
take
why
honest.
should you
take
drop me? I
take
mean,
that
why
to the
can't I
But
have
government?
my
Lisa,
chance
again,
to
you're not
say,
Lisa, Miss
excuse me,
Lisa.
can I just
You're
say something to somebody in the
you're
comments?
not making any sense again. Again,
She
No,
if
is.
you
it
come,
doesn't. It
if you
never makes
man,
any
Making
sense
I
sense.
mean, you
because
cannot talk.
and be
no.
quiet.
If you come over here from a completely different country, coming over here complaining and whining about everything, it's realistic to just go back to your country, go back to your homeland where they're
Listen to how
predominant.
you
Hold
Okay,
on,
sound.
but they tell us the same thing.
where
Where
they
we
are
gonna go?
predominantly black. That's the difference between us and them. Hold on, troll. That's the difference between us and them. They have the opportunity to go back. We don't have anywhere else to go, right? So it makes no sense to me that you are leaving a predominantly black country and coming over here and complaining. Like, what is wrong with you guys? Like, I'm going to tell them, if you feel the need to down black Americans while in the country that we built, just go back home. Go back home.
Uncle Ruckus.
So my sister,
Hold on. I know for sure you ain't calling me an Uncle Ruckus. You was all up in
I
my
did.
DM.
I
You was all up in my DMs when you saw that I posted myself on my other page. So like, let's not.
was. I
Yeah,
was.
yeah. So yeah, don't switch up now. Be quiet.
Don't get triggered, baby. Don't get triggered. Let him
Critique
do and
Diablo,
say
you
what he
all up in
want to
the
say,
DM,
but do
man.
not
Come
get
on,
triggered by
man.
him.
Can I
That's
get
what
No,
he's
I
Getting
trying
was.
to
triggered,
Come
do.
on,
right?
Yes, you are, sister.
hold on,
Yes, you are. I say this with
I
all the
said
respect I have.
No,
specifically to
cousin, that was
the.
me, not Jasmine. I was just playing with him. I wasn't being serious.
hold
Cause I
on.
know,
Okay,
Look
I
at him, and he's
apologize.
all
yeah,
I
I know,
defensive.
I know
apologize.
he
I
ain't calling me.
apologize.
No,
It was. I
cousin, that's what I'm
apologize,
saying.
sister.
I know he ain't calling me no
I
Uncle Tom, but
wasn't
he was
there.
all up in my DMs,
You all up
I
saying
in
he
the
didn't
gonna
call you
fly
DM.
me
Uncle
to
Let's
Tom. I
get to the
call you
Florida.
bottom
Uncle
of this.
Ruckus.
He talking
Petit,
about a free trip to Florida.
That is true.
Bro,
voodoo
shut up.
priest.
It is me.
Could I
Hey,
say something? No, right? I started talking before you, Pity. I don't see your last part of your name, Pity Party.
it's called.
But
The name is Petit Jabla. Petit Jabla.
all right,
That
Pity
means
Jabla.
it's the devil child.
Okay.
Oh
Oh,
man.
wow. Well, can you mute yourself
Yes.
for a second just to have a
Go
discourse and
ahead.
conversation?
And you
Thank
want us
you.
to listen to you?
I know it's kind of
Yeah.
crazy work, right? But give me a
Hey,
second, cause no,
hey, but listen
what
here.
Kiki?
Y'all
No,
complain about
you
immigrant,
just
right?
said you were going to be quiet. I'm not
Hold on.
going to say that what Kiki was saying, right? Going back to the prompt, right? The hostess prompt. This is too much. Is like I don't see anywhere where it says African immigrants. It clearly says immigrants are basically trying to. I can't see all of it, but it's you guys are trying to cosplay us,
Black
right? And I
immigrant.
made it.
It just says black immigrant.
So black immigrants, right? So when you tether yourself to the black race, you tether yourself to the African American part of our heritage. I don't see you guys doing this with any other people in the Caribbean, even the Papuans and the oceanic people, right? They're just as black as us. I don't see you trying to tether to them. We're the only group of people in the United States of America that are foundational black, that you want to sit here and say that we don't have any culture. Then you will team up with these Caribbeans who will be like, oh, we're Jamaican, but we're Afro descent. And we're like, okay, we're United Statesmen. No, you guys are not your own thing. We co-created that with you. And it just logistically and historically doesn't make freaking sense because we know our history, right?
You're not done yet.
You guys were not allowed to come over here until when? About 1965. And I'm not talking about the Caribbeans, even though they're kind of a little bit annoying. You
You're
Africans were
not
not
done
over
yet.
it. I'm almost done. You weren't here until recently. You've been here for like 50 years or whatever. And you want to come over here and say that your jollof rice is the same as our jambalaya. When for real,
Look at this. This is like this.
our
No,
tomatoes
no, no.
and
It's
our
the
freaking
jealousy.
and our freaking our
Lay's,
no,
That's
our
the jealousy.
spices.
corn.
These are American crops, right? You want to sit there and over talk when we start speaking facts and start using your lowbrow way of over talking us, and it's not okay. It's disrespectful.
Okay, but where do you think jambalaya rice came from? It's a mixture.
Creole,
It's a
Haitian.
mixture of Spanish, French, African, and
Are
other
you from
cultures.
Louisiana, ma'am? Are you from Louisiana? Because they'll tell you something totally different. They do
Well,
No, they
not
won't.
like y'all.
it's a
Hold on.
Creole
They
food.
don't. They don't. But let me tell you something. Them Creoles down there, they hate it when you try to say they got it from Caribbean or they got it from anywhere else. That's their own dish. We make something out of
There you
nothing.
go with the we. There you go with the
That's
we.
our culture. That's Black
Every time
American
somebody
culture.
else come here and create something, y'all put
Jambalaya
we on it.
is Black
But you
American
have to
culture.
understand a lot
Stop
of
trying
our.
to give that credit to someone else.
Okay, well, a
Go
lot
ask
of
them people
our.
from Louisiana. They hate that. They don't like it. And it's even worse when our own people do it. Y'all shouldn't see. That's what I'm saying. Have you been to Louisiana, man? Have you been down there? I dare you to go down there and say that same thing and see what the people there say.
Well,
Don't do
it's
that.
in the history books.
It's not in no history books. There ain't no history books. That's a lie. See, that's the problem with some black people and a lot of y'all black immigrants. Y'all believe everything the white team man tell you. Everything started in
No,
Africa.
they're the ones
Everything
that's
came
saying
from
it.
here.
Not nobody.
We,
Everything came. Who
but we
said
asked
that?
you a question. You
Who said
still did
that?
not give an
Hold on,
answer.
no. Lisa, who said that, Lisa?
It's the people in Louisiana will
They
tell
didn't
you
say
the
that.
Creoles and the Cajuns.
They didn't say
I
that.
mean, but all of our
Don't lie on
food and
them
all
like
of our
that.
culture
Don't be
is a
dishonest and
blend of
start lying on them
everybody.
like that because you won't get them to say that. They will never say that. That's
But
not little Haiti
but
in no
our
Louisiana.
history is a
That's not
blend of
little Caribbean
everything.
in no Louisiana. That's not. It's not. Our
We make
Creole is
better food
different
than the
from their
Creole
Creole.
sauce.
Matter of fact, and look, Picture Diablo's going to deny it, but Creole started in America, not in
Well,
It
Haiti.
did.
well, I know that it started in
Haiti
Louisiana.
was
Yes,
America.
Creole started in America, not Haiti.
yeah, I
They're
know
The
that.
trying to
whole
act like
America
grits. No, but the
was
grits, right?
Creole.
But the
So
grits,
they
though,
got
right?
it from us.
The
No,
That's
we
grits,
what you
didn't.
don't
Penny,
the
understand.
shrimp,
how
the
many people
catfish.
are
Oh,
you?
right,
Do
I
you
understand.
think
That's
you're
us.
talking about? Penny, how many
Shrimp
people
and
do you
grits.
think
Y'all
you're
do that in
talking about?
Africa.
This
They
is
have
All
sad.
shrimp
y'all
and
used
grits
to
and
be
catfish
Haitian
in
back
Africa.
then,
This
man.
is sad,
No, we
family.
were not. Oh no. Oh, now there it is. Because I
So
heard
See, y'all
too
won't
that
even let
these
me talk.
Haitians think. No,
Now go ahead, you talk.
I heard that these Haitians thought
She
that
won't let me
they.
talk. Her
I'm
voice
gonna
is
let you
annoying.
talk.
Let her finish. Let
Oh,
her
okay.
finish.
Well,
She's
I
a
just want to
mom.
say
Let her
this one
finish.
thing. I'm sorry. I have a Cali accent, and I'm from the hills or whatever. My apologies. But I've been hearing that you
Well,
Haitians are saying that you guys are the original us. You're saying that because you guys had this revolution, you came to the USA and you fought for our freedom. Do you not understand how
That
freaking
is true.
disrespectful that is to
100%
say?
Haitian
You
did
think
that for
that's
y'all.
true? Okay,
Go ahead and thank me,
right
though.
off. Go ahead. I want
Thank
to know
us.
more about that.
Go
Tell
ahead,
me how
Petite.
that worked out
Okay.
for
Go
you.
ahead,
hold on.
Okay.
You
Diabla.
talking about the War
Let me
1812?
talk. Let me talk. You know what I don't get? The Russian, the Irish, and all them other white people that's not so-called American, right? When they're in America, they don't talk about, oh, you're not from here, you're not this, you're not that. They have one agenda, right? Their agenda is to keep everybody that's black down. Y'all sitting here talking about, oh, I'm FBA, oh, I need respect, oh, I need this, I need reparation, I need this, I need that. Stop that. All y'all doing is dividing people and shit. Y'all ain't really talking about nothing important. Y'all just talking about, oh, I'm dead. You see that? You see the Africana, whatever y'all call it, right? That Trump bring here. When you see him in the street, you're not gonna see somebody else, some other white American say, nah, they're not one of us. They got one agenda. Y'all can't stick with one thing. Y'all be real with yourself. Y'all sitting here, y'all sound like Uncle Ruckus.
Here's the
Oh,
difference.
Master never do this for me. Master never give me this.
I'm gonna tell
Oh,
you
go
right now,
back to your
Joe.
country. Stop that.
Hold on, let me say this, Diablo. Here's the difference. Here's the difference. See, when the Italians come over here and the Irish come over here, they get on code with white supremacy.
Yeah,
When the
they code is one
Africans
code.
and the Caribbeans come over here, you know what they do? They get on
What?
code with white supremacy. That's the
not true.
problem.
Where do you keep it
That's
from?
why we cannot join together with y'all. When y'all be kikiing by the water by the water jug, when they start kicking them black jokes, y'all laughing the hardest.
Let
Y'all
me
don't
ask you
check
one
them.
question.
Oh,
Let me
Y'all
ask
don't
you
even
one question,
check
Too
them.
Much.
Y'all let them use
Let me-
the hard ER in front of
Same
y'all.
people
And you know what y'all
genetically.
do? We're not them Negroes. We're
Yeah,
not them
but
You
Negroes.
see,
we live in
wait.
a
why would
white
I?
country. This
You see
isn't
my
our
white?
country. We live in a white country. We
Hey,
live under their
Ma'am,
dictatorship.
We do
y'all
I'm
not.
not
see?
in Wyoming. I'm not in Indiana,
The
Idaho.
whole United
Those
Let
States,
are
me
white
try to explain
states.
something
the
to you
whole
about
United
jurisdiction. Let
States
me explain
is
something to you
white
about it.
domination.
It is not white tea a country. It is
Yes, it
paperwork.
is.
It is paper genocide
I'm
that
gonna
they
prove it after
committed
she talks.
upon the people that was
Okay,
already in
fine.
this land. It was when they all got together, these 7 nations, and came against us and did it on paper. They never beat us. We were prisoners of war because of paperwork and because
Shout out
some
to you.
people
Thank you.
like to play the game of consent and consent to every effery that these people ever did, like they have Stockholm syndrome. That's what it is. And another thing, what it is that they share genetics.
You don't
Now,
have to
if you
drop
can
me.
tell me, if you
Oh,
can
no, I'm
tell
not
me
talking to
where
you,
you
ma'am. I'm
see,
sorry.
if you could tell me where you see us growing things out and that has to be, removed surgically, and hypertrichosis, which they say is hair, but it's really like covers the whole body like fur.
No, I'm
If
not.
you could tell
No, I'm
me
not.
where the
No, I'm not.
anomalies are at, if you could tell me where the anomalies at, where people grow what they call ostrich feet, right? Because I've seen it in South America amongst certain people, and it's not our people
And that's
that's
all we
doing
are.
that. We don't have those anomalies, what they call, but it's really just gene expressions.
And how do you know what you have and
Lisa,
what
I
they
want you
have
to
and what
look
they
up
don't
here,
have?
Lisa. Lisa, you keep saying this is white American country. This is FBA country. I'm just gonna prove it to you. If you break
Okay,
us
well,
down
no,
by
it's not
if you
FBA
break us
country.
down by
No,
ethnic groups, not by
no.
white and not by black, but you go specifically off the ethnic group. We are the largest ethnic group
We are
in
13%.
this. Yeah, if you go white and black, we are, because YT has to add the Irish, the Mexican, the English.
Because you know why? This is their
No,
country.
no, this is not their
No, I'm
country.
not the
This has
enemy. No, I'm
always been
not.
our country.
Y'all
Look at
just
that.
mad because the
Foundational
truth is
Black
being
Americans
told.
are
That's why.
47.8 million, and then the German Americans are 45 million, Mexican Americans 37.2, Irish 30,
I
and
don't care.
English 24.
Whatever. I'll be annoying. Doesn't matter.
You know what?
No, I'm not
They
talking to
really
you,
don't
man.
give you the
I'm,
real
I'm,
Well,
I'm
Lisa.
just
numbers, but you
tired of
believe every statistic that they give
I'm
you.
tired
So,
of can't get right.
Lisa.
She
bro,
is
I'm
can't
still
get right.
asking you the
She
question.
really
You didn't
got
give me
under
the
she
answer.
really got under my skin, y'all. I'm sorry. This is
You,
a can't get right. I don't even think she foundational Black American. I bet you she got some Caribbean or some African, some other lineage in her because she's caping too hard. When you come with the proof, I don't care. It's white tea country. She hate herself. That's what Pan Africans are. They hate themselves. They have to join themselves to somebody else's culture to be great. And we're showing her all the great things that foundational Black Americans have done in this country, and she don't want to hear. So I'm just sorry, man. She got to get off my platform.
bro,
I
but you
can
still
I
didn't
can
give me
only
that
deal
Hear
with
answer.
more about the
ignorance for
Haitians and
too
how
much.
they freaking helped us. I was like,
You,
she was so
you
boring,
didn't.
and I like she was clearly she didn't want to say where she was from, and I was trying to rock with Lisa for a little bit until I
You
realized
can't
that
rock with
Lisa
Lisa.
don't
Lisa's
rock with
slow.
us.
Lisa,
Lisa
you're
is like,
slow and you need to do your research, ma'am. I'm sorry, but we
Bro,
can't. I can't keep keeping you up here trying to educate you and teach you. But you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. If you gonna be a stubborn Black or a Sambo, you go do it on another platform. I gave you all the grace I can, but when you start just when I show you proof and you just say I don't care. that means you want to be dumb. You want to be stupid. So I'm gonna let you be dumb, let you be stupid, but not on this panel. I only
Bro,
want high IQ people up here, not
I'm
low
asking
Can
IQ.
you.
I ask?
I'm
Can I ask
asking
you
you
a
a
question? Too
question
much.
about the hate. You said
Is the
Africans don't
immigrant
like.
your enemy, or the white man is the one that's
Exactly.
suppressing you?
Let me
Is the
let me tell
immigrant
you.
suppressing you?
Let me give it to you real. Listen, we know who our
Give it
enemy
to
is.
me.
We know who our enemy is. We've always known who our enemy is. But the problem is when we have that mindset that we're one big Negro, it's the outside Negroes that be hurting us, man. The people that come from your community and the Caribbeans, they come in and they undermine us because y'all have YT worship. We don't worship the
No, we
white man.
don't.
I'm sorry.
No,
We
I.
don't do that.
You know, we Haitian don't got no
Oh
white
my,
tea
Because
worship.
listen. We
is
don't work.
correct.
Listen, when you hug somebody that unalived your brother, you don't hate them.
Who hugged somebody that
Exactly.
unalive their brother? Not Haitian.
Botham John. He was Haitian. Botham. What's that
Who was
guy?
Haitian?
Yeah, he was Haitian. He was
Hmm.
he was Haitian.
But that
Yeah,
doesn't go for the whole entire Haitians,
it
right?
Come
doesn't.
on,
Y'all got some riders.
y'all.
Hold on.
Think about it.
Y'all
What
got
about the
some
guy that
riders,
recently
but we
killed the
haven't.
cops?
But all America been letting in is the tether class. They
Listen here,
leave the
too much.
riders in the
What about
homeland. But they
what
let the
about
tethers
that dude that?
come across the waters, and we're
What
tired.
about that dude? What
We're
about that
tired of it.
dude that
If you gotta
unalived the
flee
cops
your
for shooting his
country,
son?
if you can't build something in your country and you gotta wait till you get here to build something, you're the problem. What have you built? Okay, let's just do this. What have Africans, what have Haitians
Mhm.
built in America? Go.
A
Okay.
lot.
Okay. Okay,
Okay,
my
tell
brother,
us what
hold
it
on.
is. Give it to us. What is it?
I would have to go. I would have to go
Oh
look it
my
up
God,
and
you
tell
gotta
you.
go
Bro,
But
look
okay,
it up.
hold on.
Barack, tell me,
Okay,
what have you
what?
or
Good.
Africans
Okay,
built in the United States? Go.
good. That's
a
that's
lot.
a good question.
Okay.
And I
No, no,
want
no,
to
no,
ask you
no.
a question. You
The
give
the
me the
good
same
question
answer.
is, what have you built?
What
They
have
just
you?
stuttering,
What
family.
have you
Hold on,
They
hold
built?
on,
Too
just
hold on.
much.
stuttering,
You
family.
see, you jump into it. What have you
They just
built?
stuttering, family.
What
I,
have you built? Ask you a question.
We
What
both
have you
know.
built?
you want to know what
We
I
both
built?
know. We
You
no.
want to
We
know?
What
both
Hold on,
you?
know.
hold on,
Well,
hold on,
yeah.
hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on,
The
hold on,
White House.
What
hold on,
have you
real
built?
quick.
You
Look
what have
how
you
they
built?
Look
deflect. Look how
into
they
it.
hold on real quick, Jasmine. Look how they
What have you
deflect when I
built?
ask them a
Uh-huh.
straight question. They bring it back on me. I actually built
Because
something
you are the
great.
one that
No,
You know
questioned
what
it.
I
Haitian
built?
built a
You
lot
want to
of
know what
thing
I
in
built?
America.
You want to know what I built
What?
in America?
The
I
White
can
House.
I can
Those
explain it to
things
you.
that the
I can
Haitians
tell
have
you,
built in
and it's
America.
Tell me.
phenomenal.
The
Tell me.
It's
What
railroad.
gonna
have you
it's
built?
gonna be
I
a
need to know
game
that.
changer for
I,
foundational Black Americans.
I need to know.
We
I
talking
need to
about
know.
what have
I'm
you
gonna tell you what it
built?
is.
Too much.
Yeah.
Go
Don't
to
tell us some fantasy.
fbacoin.org and you'll see
Uh-huh.
exactly what I built specifically
Man,
for
that crap ain't
foundational
popping like
Black
that.
For
Americans. It's
America.
phenomenal. It's
That ain't
phenomenal.
popping
You
like
But
that.
guess what?
see, now
What
I'm
have
beginning to believe the hate.
forget me. What have Black Americans built in this country? Well, we got the stoplight.
No, we
We
talking
got the
about
first
you.
airplane patent, Charles Page. We got the first biochemist, George Washington Carver. Uh, anything to do with voice over internet protocol, that's us too.
All
Anything to
Haitian.
do with
All
the
Haitian.
computer and the internet and the chip specifically that makes the computer run, that's us too. We
Where did you
built
get that?
All
so
Where
And
did you
the
get that
many
Haitian.
shit from?
things
the
Where
in
did
microphone
you?
this
too
country.
that
The
they're
very
Where did you
focusing
get that
on.
from?
microphone.
So where did
We
you get
built
that from?
so
The
many things. Now,
computer,
what
us.
has Africa built in
Okay.
Africa?
Where have you get those materials to build the whatever you calling that you build? Where did you get the
Lord, you don't
material
have
from?
no
That we're
Where did
talking
you
Lord,
get the
about
resources from?
here.
Lord. You don't own. Nobody owns a material, sir.
Really?
Nobody owns a mineral, sir. You
I think
cannot.
now I
You
begin to
cannot
understand it's a
create
You
hate.
have
gold.
People just
ownership
hate
You
people
can't
over
for
the
no
create
no
land.
gold,
reason.
That's
sir.
That
not
You
sound
being
can't
No,
create
no,
desperate.
no. Now I
cobalt.
ownership,
understand it's a hate.
property, and ownership
You
of
can't
the
create
ideas that
cobalt,
comes
and
from
I
that.
you're
think it's a
not doing.
hate.
Hold on, time out, time out. How come you
You
couldn't do something with your own minerals and build something great? How come
you
we had to
haven't
do
built,
something with it?
bro.
Because
Now
y'all
I'm beginning
couldn't
to
do
understand it's
nothing
a
with
hate.
it, sir.
It's a hate
We
That's the
built
movement.
whole
the White
problem.
This is a
House, the
hate
U.S.
movement.
Capitol,
No,
Wall
we
Street,
don't work for
Southern
you. You did not create any
agriculture,
job for
all of
anybody
Sir,
our
to come and work.
crops,
sir,
our
Please,
you
you are
work for
plantation,
working
us.
under somebody. No,
architecture,
we don't work for
You
you.
everything
work
that
for
we do.
us.
Show
We
me
go to
what
your
job did you
country and we
create?
take
You
You
as an
we
work
take
individual,
for
what
our
job did you
us.
minerals
create?
from you.
What
How
job did
about
you
You
that?
create?
don't work for you. You
And
work
we
What job did you create it?
What country are you? What country are you in, sir? I created a lane just so you can come. I created a lane just for you to come. You
How did
couldn't
you
get
do
to
that?
America if it wasn't for foundational Black Americans who stomped
That's
the
not
yard
true.
and got you here.
Nah, that's not
That's
true.
the problem. That is true. That is true.
No, it's not.
That is true.
Really? What exactly do you think the Civil Rights Act and bill was?
That is
Come on,
true.
Petey. Come on, Petey
I
John.
don't even know why y'all sit up and rap with them, but
It was
I'm
a
gonna be quiet.
hijack. I think it allowed for us to have more issues and more problems that we have to face and solve.
That's what it is.
Foreigners can run roughshod and say, oh, this is the way it is. And, nobody's really looking at the big picture about how they got started and how they enslaved the global of society. When you guys can come over here and build wealth and the people that's already over here cannot do the same, that's an issue. When they take jobs that was normally, jobs of like factory jobs, like in Detroit and things of that nature, and take it overseas or any other jobs that you guys get, any other jobs that pays
They might
you
do that
less.
over where you from, but we have a little more respect for knowledge and education. Mute yourself, sir.
So any other jobs that pay you less but have to pay us more, but they'll say, oh, we can't find this person, and you guys come over on a work visa and work that particular job that's paying way less, a fraction of what the job is worth. That's an issue. And when you can take that fraction of, that you get and do remittance, like you was talking about Haitians. Now, personally, I believe that, when we talk about America, we're talking about all America, not just North. But at the same time, certain things that other people can do, we can't do that. We can't go to where you hail from, like your BLOOD hail from, and create wealth there and send it back home to North America. Everybody comes here, they generate wealth by sending it like remittance
Y'all sound like Uncle Ruckus.
their
Come build up
place of
Africa
origin.
right now. They
So
can't do shit.
34
We ain't begging y'all to go build Haiti.
$3.4 billion Haiti alone, Haitians alone have accumulated by working here in the United States, and they send it to their the place of their origin, the place of their birth. That's what they do. Okay,
Listen to what you said. They work for it. They work and pay taxes.
It's just not
the money they work to do whatever they want to do with it.
You're missing the whole point of what I'm saying, sir. Where else in that we can go where we can work somewhere and stay on a work visa for years, build a life somewhere else, and then send money home to say, oh, we're building something or capital. But what you look at, and when you say, these people, so if they have all of this wealth that they have accumulated, especially in 2024 alone, the remittance and the middle income countries projected to reach $685 billion, and that was just in 2024. But you're not building up where you at. You're sitting up over here, and you're not helping us build up over here. You're not helping us do anything over here. But you come over here and you benefit from being over here and sending all of that money back to your home country.
If they're not helping, why don't you do it?
What are you talking about, sir? What are you talking? See,
y'all complaining about immigrants not helping building anything, right? That's what y'all saying.
I'm just believing that whole thing.
Nah, y'all didn't do nothing. That's why y'all complaining.
That you guys are
incapable. Y'all complaining.
150 years ago.
You're incapable of
y'all ain't doing
that just
nothing with
lets
y'all
me
life.
know that the thing about genetics and that whole hybrid grafted thing is real, because I just told you what it was, and you said some off the wall stuff. Why don't you
pretty
guys
much
do
didn't
it?
say
Sir,
nothing.
you're coming over here and you're benefiting from being over here. You are benefiting from the whole hijack. That's what you're doing. You are playing the game that they want you to play. If you were not, and you understood and you really acknowledged, you would say, you know what? Let's start where we're at. We're going to build up. We're going to get the stuff over here that we need to build. You wouldn't say, oh, we're just going to leave from where we're at. We're going to go over here. We're going to get whatever we can over here. We're going to work whatever we can over here. We're going to build whatever we can until we can get our little slice of heaven, and then we're going to go and sit up on our own people and live high while our own people are distressed, why we don't have paved roads, why we don't have infrastructure, why we still don't have the necessary things that we need.
You better really
exactly. Exactly.
Well, let me.
And
I'm gonna
so
tell you
yeah,
why.
that's
And you,
Go ahead,
I'm gonna.
Monique. Go ahead, Monique, and I'll
You
go
bet
to
not.
next.
Oh, try to overtalk me. Okay, you bet not. But I'm gonna tell you why. Because they come over here because over there that money's a dime on a dollar. They can't. You cannot establish yourself and become wealthy. That's exactly why they make their way here. It's dime on a dollar over there.
That's it.
On a dollar.
That means that their money.
That means that money's not worth anything close to ours.
They ain't worth nothing. That's why they dollar ain't worth nothing.
Let me hear from Sambury. Sambury, go ahead. And then we're going to go down to Goddess next. Sambury, unmute your mic. Sambury, unmute your mic. If you don't unmute your mic, I'm going to have to get you up out of here, man. Go ahead, Sambury.
Uh-huh. I was saying, to the gentleman there, is from Haiti. That many of them, before they come to the United States, they go and step in Puerto Rico. They come out, Santo Domingo, and then there's a lot of cows coming through, Dominicans in Haiti, in Santo Domingo. So, they don't have it easy out there because, Dominican people trying to, put them away all the time, So, but they actually, Haitians are more like French people, and then more of them, speak French. And when I say, West Indies and all those places where African were, placed on the first times, when they came, they never touched the United States first. They did the Caribbean islands, first before they even came over here. So, that's a little thing that I know, that I can say, but, I tell you what, when I live here in the state of Minnesota, the Somali population are doing pretty good, and they don't really fuss for nothing else. They had a real strong brotherhood. They really help each other. They outgrowing. They living in beautiful houses. They driving mostly, brand new vehicles. And I don't really see those folks, protesting, burning nothing, like things that be happening over here, like, riots, burning stuff, I never see the Somali population doing any of that. But they are doing great. That I can tell you because I see it with my own eyes every day, And I hear some brothers over here, telling me, they're taking over. I only say, what are you doing, to take over? Where's that strong brotherhood, that, black on black, whatever, and all that, what makes it difficult, these folks are doing it. Black, Somali folks are doing it. They're doing pretty good though.
So let me say this. Let me say this, Sambury. Let me say this because, first of all,
I know they don't pay taxes, I know, but
Somali, hold on. Somalis have a lot of anti-black hate in their community. And again, this is what happened. They're BOM being their homeland. So they flee over here. But what nobody seems to talk about is the undermining of the black community that's been going on even before you immigrants got here. And that still goes on today. So when you say Somalis are doing it, man, we've had many black communities that were thriving. And when we're left alone by white supremacists, black Americans know how to come together and we know how to build something. We built Black Wall Streets. We've had something called Oscarville, which is now Lake Lanier. We had thriving towns like Rosewood that were all black. There's an all black population. Nobody talks about Oklahoma.
I want to add up something real quick.
Black people down there in Oklahoma.
And here in Minnesota,
nobody talks about our Baldwin Hills in the Los Angeles area. That's a thriving black, rich, wealthy community.
But you know why here in Minnesota they got it like that? Because they got their leader.
You know why they got it like that? Because they got help. No, listen. The reason why
she's a foreign agent.
Listen.
Listen.
The reason why the Somalians are able to do that is because they got help from the government. They're allowed.
Oh, that's the
They're
first thing.
allowed as immigrants. Listen, they don't even have to be citizens. They're allowed to join the police force. That's unheard of. You're not even a citizen, and you can be a police officer. That's crazy. So of course they got a lot of help, and they got a whole governor or a whole what's your House representative, congresswoman, whatever.
Omar Ibrahim.
Yeah,
She's a foreign agent for them.
That says it with their chest. I'm gonna help my people. So they got help. They didn't.
They got that girl Omar Ibrahim. They
didn't pull themselves up by their bootstraps like Black Americans really have. We're always being undermined.
Y'all, because you didn't
So you
build
can
it.
shout out the Somalians all you want to, but they're not on our. We don't even think about them really. We don't even worry about them really. We don't even focus on them really. But we do
they're not allowed.
Anti-Black hatred in their community, and they got help. They ain't doing nothing special. Where are their millionaires at? Because we still got more. I'm gonna let
Can I say something really quickly before we go back to Sambari? The one thing that they like to say this, right? We got more Black millionaires on the continent of Africa, right? Because they don't realize that the USA is a country. In the USA, minus the Africans, we have 14 billionaires. If we were to take your 22 millionaires or billionaires from your whole continent, then it starts to get very interesting when we break it down by country. Nigeria, you have 4. Egypt, you have 4. I'm not going to say here and do the work for you, but let me know what's the biggest country in Africa that has at least, if there's one country that has 7 and you still aren't touching our 14. We're going to go continent to continent. Then we can really talk about big bank takes little bank.
Y'all stay tuned tomorrow because we're gonna break down why the Middle Easterns are considered white tea. We don't skip nobody. Anybody can get it in foundational Black American country. We're gonna stand on this. So we're gonna talk about the Middle Eastern community and how they're allowed to come over here and they are considered white. And they actually fought for this, family. It went to the federal court judge.
All these things. United States is only surrounded by Spanish people, and as long as they keep all of us Spanish people separated, with that separate mentality, we don't have no weapons and shit like that. I'm telling you, they squash us first. United States nothing but surrounded by Latinos. And they so far, I just get it when
Latinos
they say America.
So Canada is Latino.
Latino and Hispanic is another made-up word. If we break you down ethnically the way you're supposed to be,
y'all Latinos starting to get on the guys' nerves for real.
Y'all are small. We are still the biggest ethnic group, bigger than YT people, bigger than Hispanic people.
United States surrounded by Latinos all around.
Okay, yeah, we're surrounded by 700 million Latin
I'm take my ass nowhere. I'm Puerto Rican.
Apologies, man. And go do something with y'all Latino.
We're surrounded by them. So what?
Why we don't care? Build something for the Latino community. Y'all babies are struggling. Y'all throwing your babies in alligator
my family struggling
to cross borders.
They doing pretty well every time.
Out again.
Listen, this is what I used to say. As soon as you white man,
y'all talk too much. Y'all got to put some motion. You got to put some belt to ass. Y'all got to do something about it.
African folks
are better than you guys, and they drive
better vehicles than you guys. And
stop asking for handout.
Sir, let me say
this again. Let me burning shit around.
Let me say it so you can understand.
I'll tell you what I know.
Go to Atlanta. I'm coming to you next. But hold on, Sambri. Go down to Atlanta and see how many thriving Black Americans driving beautiful cars. Come to Los Angeles. Come to Los Angeles and you see how many people who are Black American in Los Angeles who are driving nice vehicles. We've done that. If you pull up old pictures in the 1900s, who were the early people with automobiles? It was Black Americans. We
It
had
was
the
Haitian.
Not buying
automobiles
Cadillac.
in our neighborhoods before poor white tea people did.
Yeah, many of those came out from Detroit, you know.
Do you not understand that?
Vehicle
So
makers,
you
yeah.
can talk about how great my family's doing great too. We're not struggling.
Yeah, I didn't say anybody is struggling,
So you
dog.
want to keep bringing that up. There's
No,
no
what I say is
comparison
that
to what
these
the
folks were
foundational Black
hungry.
American has done.
You know,
All I
Do
gotta
it like
say
this.
is one
Let's do
Puerto
thing.
refugee people
All
that
I
were
do it
gotta
hungry.
like
say,
They
this.
wanted to take
all I gotta
advantage and
say
do
is
whatever
one
they do
thing,
now, and
sir.
they doing it
All I
better.
gotta say is one thing, sir. What has your community invented in this country?
Get
What have you done in this country? What have you invented that went global?
We are the same community you are.
You're not.
And what
like
do
No.
you know,
okay,
the
so I
same
want to
thing.
comment on what he
No.
was
We're
saying.
not the
All
same
this
When
community.
Puerto Rico is the
division.
best, the
Our
perfect
poor,
What has
being,
Puerto
the
guess
Rico
what?
poor
It has
done?
in
a
our
lot to
the
do.
What
poor
has Puerto
people
Rico
in our
done?
black
Puerto Rico is
community
a little tiny
live
island.
more like
But what
rich
have you invented
people
in Puerto Rico?
compared to the
What have you invented in
bums
Puerto Rico?
I
of
That's the
live in
your
truth.
United States
community.
most of my life, brother.
That's just the
What have
truth.
you invented in the United States, sir? Go. What has Puerto Rico contributed to it in the
We
United
live
States?
Oh,
like gods
what does
compared to
Puerto
y'all.
Rican have invented here
You better lay low.
before culture, cuisine, and all of
Okay.
food processing and all
Okay,
that good stuff that
brother.
we
Hey,
make
can
over
I
here? You
speak?
know,
That
lambada.
means nothing.
Ain't no
Go
goddamn.
ahead. Go ahead, guys. I'm gonna go to you, let you speak, and I'm gonna go up
They
to
invented, I'll
Abdullah
tell you what
Wahid
they
Mustafa.
invented. They
And
invented
jambalaya rice
tribalism
that's
of
made in Puerto Rico too.
Latinos against browns and melanated people, as they've always been hired to do that. Like someone said, they invented
Hey, got it.
Remember when
kidnapping.
I
Change your
say
name
They
to
maybe
Hood
invented
Rat.
because the
drug
Latinos are doing it?
trafficking. They invented theft of culture, of African culture and Black American culture. They have invented attitude. Your attitude sucks. And they invented broken English. Fuck wrong with you? I don't see how y'all rap with them, because they do this for attention. And y'all gotta step to them on their level.
Understand? That was a very that was like a mic drop. They were just like, yeah, we get it. We've heard on in what 2 hours how the Haitians created us to exist
Damn, y'all
with our
some
freedom.
stereotype motherfuckers,
We've
though. I'm telling you.
heard we were told that we were
This is,
Latino
that's why the
mostly.
other people are taking
We
over.
were told that we have our all of our foods come from you guys, when most of your foods are freaking made with our crops. We've been sitting here listening to you guys. Not that was really real what freaking Goddess said. Because why are we still paying attention to you guys, right? I get told
Right.
all the time by my FBA family, why don't I go harder on you guys?
Y'all
Because I have
stereotyping. The Africans are doing much better.
I have a soft spot for your delusion.
The
Because
Africans
there
are
was a
doing
part
much
of
better.
us.
The African population are
Oh
doing
my!
great.
And you
Y'all
are
some stereotype of
Latino,
people that
and
you don't
you're
got unity in your own people.
Latino.
Y'all don't have no union in your
Are
own
you
people.
so you're Afro Latino? So you're from where exactly?
Oh
Remind us
man, the
again.
us Latino.
Boring. Boo.
Yeah, they get boring after a while, man.
What are we had to sit here and endure this entire time. We can't
Let
get
me
to the
go to
point where we
Abdullah
build.
Wahid Mustafa. Let me go to Abdul Wahid Mustafa. Go ahead, man. I know you've been in the comments waiting to get up, man. What you got to say, brother?
No, listen. I have a question. Why is it that you guys attacking the people of color opposed to addressing the European immigrants?
Because anybody can
and the
get it.
Dutch immigrants
Because
that
anybody
come
can
from
get it.
South Africa?
Come back tomorrow, we'll be on the Middle Eastern. Come back tomorrow, we'll be on the Middle Eastern. But anybody can
Before
get
I go, can I say one thing?
it. Go ahead. One thing. Go ahead.
Okay.
You are addressing
You see,
Hold on, real
the
quick, Abdul Wahid.
Europeans.
Hold on, Abdul. Let
Uh-huh.
me let Petit say something real quick before he goes. Go ahead, Petit.
Don't go. I got a question for you.
I'm not going nowhere. Go ahead, Petit. Real quick, brother.
he pretty much saying the same thing I said earlier, right? The whole time y'all talking, immigrant did this, immigrant that, immigrant this. Is the immigrant is in charge, like in control of the country? No. What y'all need to do, take the pressure to the government. Don't sit here and complain about what immigrant have, what immigrant don't have, the right they have. What?
Are black people in control of the country?
No.
That's right. So, if we're
Okay,
not
take
in
it to the
control of the
white
country,
man.
you cannot charge us with what the United States government is doing. Yes, you are.
Okay.
Now, my
Well,
question I
Take it
want
to the
to
white
ask you,
man, cousin.
you mentioned earlier about your pockets not suffering.
Why can't you take it to the white
You
man?
said your pockets
My
wasn't suffering, right?
You
That
ain't
is
doing
what you said.
nothing but
nah,
jamming
my,
with the
my
white
pocket
TV.
heavy.
All right, let
Why
me
are
get
you?
back to Abdul, man, because you cut Abdul off. I'll let you say what you had to say, brother.
Yeah,
We heard it.
like I was saying,
All right.
why aren't you addressing the Europeans or the Dutch that's coming
We
from South
do.
Africa?
We've been
Why are you
addressing it.
focusing
It's
on?
called Oscarville. It's called Rosewood. It's called Lake Lanier. You see, Lake Lanier is getting bodied. They're getting bodies over there. Lake Lanier is getting bodies over there. They're just saying, listen, the ancestors are speaking over there. So, yeah, we are getting at all of it. We're getting at all of it. But now we have to address the ones that love to cosplay as us because we know, see, listen, it's not the enemy without that's the biggest enemy. The biggest enemy is the enemy within. The ones that can walk among us and be considered black globally and to Americans and can get on the stage and say
Yeah, they're
and
doing the
can get on the
movement
stage and say black people
fighting
don't
for
deserve
our rights.
reparations and
We
I'm
had
black
that.
and
We
they come
had.
from a Caribbean or African background. Those are the ones that are hurting us right now. The YT people,
Those are the
they're
people
always
we're
going to do what
trying
they're
to
going to
unite with.
redline. Hold on, they're going to redline. They're going to do all these things to keep us out. But the ones that are within amongst us, those are the ones that are bothering us right now. The ones who are cosplaying as us, right? The ones who keep saying these disparaging things under the term of being black. I mean, y'all just talk weird. Y'all don't even talk like a foundational black American, but y'all get to be us around other groups, and y'all want to dump your trash in our community and then extract your wins. Those are the ones we got to get out the paint first. So we are
You aren't
delineating
making sense now.
specifically from people like you, Abdul.
You aren't making sense.
Oh, it makes a lot of sense.
No, I mean, like, we were trying to unite at one point
We
in the
can't unite
movement.
with y'all. Y'all listen. When y'all have
No,
anti-black
no,
hate,
not
we
with
can't unite with y'all. We can't. We can't unite with people who are not even united in their own homeland.
you. Not unite with you Negroes. We as Africans
Yeah,
are
y'all go
trying to
unite.
unite.
Go do
And
that.
and we were building something through
Where?
the Black Panther Party. We had a strong organization. We had a
No,
strong
don't do it under
program.
black. Do it
For,
under African. Don't do anything under black. Do it under the African banner, not under the black banner. That's where you went wrong. That's where you went wrong. Don't do anything under the term black. Do it under African or Caribbean. Make sure you specify who you are. Don't come and try to infiltrate our
we were the
NAACP.
Black
Don't try to
Panther
come into our
Party
HBCUs
who
and
was
try to infiltrate.
connected
Go
with.
build your own college and call it African whatever. But do not do anything under the term black. Don't do it.
You're still missing my point. You cut me off and won't let me finish. Let me finish. Maybe you'll learn something.
No, brother, you can't teach me anything.
The
You
point
can't.
of
No. Let me get this straight. We are not. Listen, you're not here to educate us. We're here to educate you, sir. That's why you're on my platform. So don't think you coming over here trying to educate us over here. We're learned Black Americans over here. We're high IQ Black Americans over here. You cannot teach us anything. You can learn from us. But go ahead.
High IQ. All right.
Very high. Yeah. Go ahead.
Well,
I
you
may
just
be
want to laugh.
sensitive.
You just want to
Listen
laugh.
to what I've
This
heard
is a
so
Pan
far.
Africanist, by the way. This is a Pan Africanist, by the way. Go ahead.
An elder Pan Africanist, like
Yeah,
it's
he's slow.
horrible.
He's really slow. He's damn
Listen
near
to
an
that.
CIA
Like I
agent.
said,
Go ahead, Abdul Wahid
the
Wahab,
whole
whatever
point
Mustafa.
of fighting through the years to unite and establish ourselves in this country as African Americans. We've gone through the fight, we've gone through the pool, the struggle. But what we didn't do was cater up to the white man, trying to get his acceptance. We did not do that. That's why they declared war on us. We were standing by our brother. We stood as one. And you say what you FBAs have accomplished. What do you own? We still don't own shit in this country. No factories, no corporation, and librarians just bought essence. And you
Brother,
got
everything we own, they
That's what
destroyed, and we
that's
gotta
what
build it
desegregation
again.
did for you. That's what
Everything we
it gave
own,
you.
we all the
I'm sorry.
all the property there on Malibu in the LA area, all that Malibu front property, we used to own all that till they eminent domained us. All that property where LAX used to be, that used to be a
what
thriving
do you
black
own now?
community.
What do you
All the
own now?
HBCUs, that used to be
What do you
ours.
own
That used to
now?
be.
So,
You understand what I'm saying?
what's some
We
that
used
used
to
to be?
own a
What do
lot
you
of
own now?
things.
And then you get pissed off at the brothers who come over and take advantage.
Mr.
It's
That's
just
Adula,
also
Mr.
it's
Adula, how
industry
you
sad
feeling?
and make the
that
Hello.
people
business.
think because somebody robbed you and
You
take
talking about
something
what
from you
used
that
to
you
be.
still don't own it because they took it from you because they robbed you. It's sad that we have that mindset. When you go and you do your genealogy, my ancestry do not lead me back to Lucy, and the only reason why people think that every so-called melanated person was covered the whole of the earth, but for some reason we think that these hybrid grafted beings, which when you look into their genetics and you go and you look up hybrid and grafted, then you'll start understanding some things. But right now we're just playing the game and tossing up the narratives, and some of us have Stockholm syndrome and a whole lot of other things that they can't see it right in front of their faces. We don't have the history that they have, and when you go look up who was in Slav or who that was and how everything had happened and why they only tell you about one person, one so-called black person that owned Slavs, but then when you start digging into the history, you see that it was more than one so-called black person that owned Slavs. So it's a lot of stories that his story told instead of the real history.
Adula, how you
Say
feeling?
something very really quickly, Lazarus. I want to say this because they keep saying that we don't build anything here, right? The richest Black American existing right now is not just a singular person; it is a lineage, a family, the Stewards, Stewards. If you want to make it very clear, do you know what their industry is? Technology. If you actually Google them, it'll show you other people because we just play chess. We play chess, not checkers. So sometimes you have to dig a little bit deeper, right? But Google the Stewart family. They have been here this entire time. This
I was just
entire
about
time.
to say that Worldwide Technology is the largest black owned business by what's the guy's name? David Stewart.
And his family,
Go
his whole
Google
family.
that. He's a
They
foundational black American and he owns that. And it's the largest owned technology
How long
firm.
did it take to get there?
Does it matter? How
our
does it
entire
matter?
lineage, and that's the difference between us and you. It didn't take 50 years, it took over 600 years, period. So imagine that. Go look into it, the Stewards. If you want to really know about our heritage or whatever, you guys like to sit there and tether and say, like, well, did you do it? Did you do it? But then you'll sit there and be like, well, I'm a doctor, whatever. Well, guess what? I'm working on my doctorate too, and I definitely out degree a lot of people, whatever, because I'm about that
He's
education
a
life.
billionaire, $11.4 billion net worth.
Billion. He probably buys his resources from you guys. So you're actually probably mad at a low key Black American. And I understand why you would have an issue, right? But you can never out, like, we roast each other. We roast each other, but we're never going to roast you with, like, we're not going to go against our own. And you guys are the same exact way, and even actually worse. We are the worst because we sat here and we loved you because of our freaking Pan-Africanist that we're sitting here trying to tether to an identity when we should have been proud of who we were this entire time. There is nobody better than us. Just like you will sit there and rep your freaking tribe, Igbo, Fulani, Shosha, Ethiopia. Like, you guys rep that stuff so hard, and we're like, yay, we love that for you. But whenever it comes to that FBA, when we delineate, because you know that you basically copy and cosplay us, and you come over here and you try to sit there and bring your tribalism over here, it just very much so upsets your spirit because we don't have the same spirit. And that's the point. You guys are tribalists. Take your tribalist stuff back to your country, or else assimilate. At least try to operate with us, because you cannot outdo us. We've been here fighting this beast this entire freaking time. That is your only saving grace. And I think a lot of us are done. I'm gonna land my plane there.
Go ahead, Lazarus. I'm gonna let
Yeah,
Lazarus.
Mr. Abdullah.
I was born in
Hold on,
America.
Abdullah.
So,
Hold on, Abdullah. Let Lazarus speak. If he wants to address you, he can. Go ahead.
Mr. Abdullah, how you feeling, sir? How you feeling?
Too early
Good.
to tell. Go ahead.
Okay. So do you know what we own as Black Americans or FBAs?
No.
We own not fleeing. I'm not gonna be nice like them. We own not fleeing. Let that sink in for a second. And I want to address Muhammad. I grew up in Philly.
Wait a minute.
Sir, I'm done with that. I told you what we own. We own not fleeing. So next, Muhammad, I know you're down in the comments or listening. Y'all have never aligned with us. I got jumped so many times by Puerto Ricans, and you Africans and you Jamaicans stood there. I came back with my twin brother, and we took care of business to them Puerto Ricans and them Jamaicans who used to jump on us, who say, I'm not black, I'm Jamaican. I'm not black, I'm Ghanaian. So don't come here with this all we are the world black bullshit. No, I'm not doing it. I've stopped being nice to y'all for the last 6 years because I've seen it. I've lived in 10 states. I've seen it. So I'm done. I don't be nice anymore at all. And then I want to address Lisa. She's not on here. Did that woman just say that our food is in history books? Our grandparents passed our food down to us. My brother, one of my oldest brother, married a white woman. My mom did not give that white woman our recipe. She hated that white woman. We got a macaroni and cheese recipe that went through. This recipe was in our family for 150 years. We passed our food down through word of mouth. She said it was in a history book. What the hell is that lady drinking? That's all I wanted to say. I'll land my plane here. Keep fighting the good fight, FBA brother. Good night.
Thank you, brother. All right, let me hear from.
Now may I address what he was talking about?
I think you already did, brother. He's off. He left. Well, let me hear from Renee, and then we're gonna go to Reyes. And okay, Shaggy left. We're gonna go to Reyes. You go to Renee. Go ahead, Renee.
Hello.
Go ahead.
Hello. I just wanted to say, for the guy, he left. I think he was Haitian. The fact that it feels to me that they have the audacity to feel like they have the rights to say something just because they're considered African American. To feel. I think at this point that they're over here on these American grounds, they feel entitled, and that makes me feel some type of way. And on to that, the communities, the Black communities, are getting invaded by other immigrants, and we are being overtaken, and it's really disheartening because in some places that were all black, now it's a mixture, and now it's just you don't see just black or just white anymore. You see other races, and also they don't come with just themselves. They come with their hate, and they come with calling names, and they come with the N word, and they come with making us think that we're less than we are. And I feel like we've been here for generations, and to receive this type of treatment is just outrageous. And so I did my on TikTok, and I'm flipping through, and something told me to go to European TikTok. So I went over there, and come to find out, they're having the same problem we're having. They're trying to fight for they're trying to fight for their race over there. And when you go to Poland, they won't even let them in. And I say, if the United States would have done the same thing Poland would have done from the jump, we wouldn't have been in this situation. But we were greedy, and we shouldn't have never allowed anyone of another nationality to run for office at all because they were going to protect their own people. And we see that now. So the thing is, why were they even allowed to run if they were immigrants?
Come on.
So the thing is, they've done nothing to protect the black community. And when we try to stand up and fight, because honestly, I look at, we got one wolf on our arm, which is, the Hispanic, and then we got a wolf on our leg, which is the African American, who is trying to hold on to us so they can come up. And so that affects us as people, trying to, at one point in time, it took us a long time to come out of the post-slavery era. And then when we get some type of ground, through our HBCUs, through teaching how to garden and all these trades that Booker T. Washington taught us to do to teach ourselves, then here 50 years later we smack right back down. And they don't get that, and they don't do no research. They don't get it. Instead of saying, let me go do my research and find out about the Black American history or whatever, they won't do that. They want to come over here and disrespect. And I get it, because it's allowed. It's allowed for you to just go slap,
Where
get
do you place the white man?
a birth certificate that says what it says, or a green card to say what it say. Oh, now I can, go off. Now I can say what I want to say because I'm here, and this certifies me to do that because it's on my birth certificate.
Ain't no better.
And so the thing is, I'm looking at, we're not the only people suffering. If you go look at other countries, they also have had an invasion of immigrants. They don't like it. They're fighting it. They're trying to get rid of it. And we are not the only ones, Black Americans, that are suffering from this type of, treatment. There are other people of other ethnicities over there in Europe that are fighting the same fight. Also in Africa, they're also fighting the same fight. There are people who also are coming across their borders trying to hoard in their land, and they don't like it. So as much as they get up here and say, oh, y'all have a problem with us, y'all don't like us, but this is going on in your own country where your own people do not want you over there, other tribes in their land, and they're doing the same thing we're doing. So what is the problem between us doing it and the problem between y'all doing it? Because you feel like you got a
With
birth
the voice
certificate,
of the
or you
white
feel like you
man.
have a right. You have no right. You don't have the right to say
When you refer
anything.
to
Honestly,
Europeans,
you have a right to go with what group you were born in, go figure out what y'all gonna do, and leave Black Americans alone and let us handle this.
That's
Let
right.
us do whatever we're doing,
are you
try to
guys
build
going
up
to
our
stand against
community,
the
and
Dutch?
leave us alone. That's all I got to say.
Are you going to
Yeah.
stand against the Dutch?
Did stand against the Dutch. We stand against the Dutch, the French, the UK that you guys are still trying to fight against, Italy. We fought against all of those people. We were the first people. That's why it's very crazy that Haiti says that. We fought against every Western European country. And then not only that, the Western African countries that, and I remember when you guys were powerful. You guys sold some people to South and Central America. And then those people that came over here because you
I was
stole
thinking
them
about
from
the
your
Dutch
country
that
in
were bringing in from
Africa,
South
we
Africa.
brought them into our
The
community.
We not
And now
worried
we
about
have an
no
admixture
borders.
with you, and you hate
Huh?
that I'm saying it, and you won't even let me finish because it's the truth, right? You guys are tethers. You know what that means? It means you just run. Like you just like, I'm a track star. You will go anywhere to any country, and I don't know your accent specifically, but I'm guessing it's kind of like sub-Saharan or
He's a
wherever.
Pan African. He's a Pan African.
Oh
He's a
my,
Pan
that's
African.
even
He's a
worse.
ah,
Like, golly.
ah. Let me hear from
You
Ray Ag
understand
real
that the
quick.
Dutch were
Go ahead,
more
Kevin.
influencing in the Great Britain and European hemisphere than the Western hemisphere. So when you ask about if we're going to come against the Dutch, it would not be up to foundational Black Americans to come up against the Dutch. It would be for our England or English brothers and sisters. It would be for our French brothers and sisters. It would be for our Belgian brothers and sisters to come against the Dutch immigration system and or Dutch transatlantic slave trade. Did
No,
they
I'm talking
have
about the Dutch.
an
They're
impact
bringing
in
in from South
America?
Africa.
Minimal, at most.
That Trump is bringing in.
I'm sorry. I'm
You
sorry.
talking
I
about
didn't
the
hear
you talking
the
about the
question.
Boers, man? We're not worried about no Boers. Go ahead, Ray.
No,
You got the mic. Hold on,
the
Abdul. Hold on, Abdul.
South Africans.
I got you. We understand. Those are the Boers. Just hold on. Go ahead, Rayaz. Go ahead.
They're
Hi.
Dutch.
Hi everyone. I'm from the Republic of Guinea in West Africa.
Okay.
Yeah. So what I wanted to say is that I don't agree with the narrative that that Africans, don't like Black Americans and that kind of stuff. Like, similar to what Barack said, the guy that was up here, Barack. I think that's a myth. Like I see that more like online. The other thing that I've been hearing a lot that I don't agree with because the stats don't match with that is this idea that all Africans are kind of like fleeing and are like present in America in like very large numbers because when I googled it, it says it's about 2 million Africans living in America and there's 1.5 billion Africans living in Africa. So the overwhelming majority of Africans live in Africa. So
Of course. We're not saying that. We're not saying that they are. We know there's about 4 million Africans in America. Okay?
Right. And you told me that there's 47.8 million,
foundational Black Americans.
Right.
Yeah, right.
So that, it's such a tiny little, tiny little group. So I don't understand like the focus.
Okay, this is the problem. This is the problem. They get into our politics, ma'am, and they practice that tribalism and that anti-Black hate. We wouldn't even be worried about y'all if y'all wasn't messing with our stuff. A lot of our Black scholarships that are for foundational Black Americans, you know who are getting those scholarships under the guise of African American? Africans and Caribbeans are taking these scholarships that they know don't belong to them. Okay? They know that, but they take it anyway, and they don't see nothing wrong with it. The disrespect that y'all think that y'all can just come over here and do whatever and say whatever y'all want to say, it's getting too high. We heard y'all on Clubhouse. We're hearing y'all online, even in public. Let's just keep it a buck. The Juneteenth, the Essence Fest, man, y'all are being, listen, the disrespect is getting too high. If y'all wasn't in our politics, you're right, we probably wouldn't care. But the problem is you guys are. You guys are becoming the first Black governor, the first Black this, the first Black president. And you guys are not foundational Black Americans. You guys shouldn't be no first Black anything. You could be the first Kenyan. You could be the first Nigerian or first Republic of Congo, but not first Black. Not first Black.
But
not in our country.
Who was calling Obama Black? Really quickly, Rayhan.
Who's calling Obama Black? He's calling himself Black, ma'am. Kamala Harris is calling herself Black, ma'am. Y'all are cosplaying as us, and we don't like it because we don't pretend to be African or from the Congolese or from Kenya or from Nigeria or from Jamaica. We don't pretend to be Jamaican. We don't pretend to be Haitian.
Our freaking Dominican. So here's the thing, right? Hold on, Rayhan. Hold on, Rayhan. I want to just address something really quickly, and thank you so much, too much. You know I'm very petty, but this 𝗏𝗏 person keeps saying that I said I was Afro-Indigenous Dominican. You got me effed up. I have absolutely said every freaking time on my freaking live, my freaking page, throughout my whole life, I am foundational Black American. My family lineage is black, blickety freaking black, or whatever, right? Absolutely not a freaking indigenous. Absolutely not a freaking Afro. But when it comes to the USA, yeah, I have an admixture. I have a Choctaw family birth, and you know about freaking Choctaw? That is a mixed Black tribe. You guys are so freaking goofy with your tether freaking faces that you don't understand that you're like an offset of the original Africans that you sit there suckling the teeth after, that you don't understand that you Caribbeans are not like us. You guys want to be like your African brothers and sisters. That's great for you guys, right? after the Indian Wars, right? If you want to believe your white tea master so much, right? 12 million Africans were sent to where? South America. How many were brought to the USA? 388,000. That is
Not even
bigger
that.
freaking fish, right?
90,000 were brought, according to Harvard, because they got the book log on all of it. 90,000, because that 300,000 includes crew members. But the actual African slaves that made it to the United States were 90,000.
Very freaking minimal, right?
But in
Because me no
1865, the
speak, me
count.
no speak Spanish, me no speak French, me speak English. That's why you guys are over here sitting here trying to triangulate us.
Let me go back to
All my
Riyadh.
sister, but I'm not bringing
But in
I would never tether with my
1865, the count of how many Africans was actually here from state to state was only 114,752, in which 16,000 of them were unalive, and they classified them as lunatics. I'm just being, that's what it says on the census.
All right. Go ahead, Riyadh.
Yeah. So
Them to have a wardship over 'em.
I have to admit, with Kamala, I agree that she was pretending to be black because, I couldn't stop laughing when she said that she was cooking, collard greens, when people know collard greens is, FBA, right? Food is not Jamaican. I agree with that part. I don't know about Obama. Like, I don't remember Obama
Is
actually saying.
Kenyan. His father is Kenyan and his mother is YT. He's Kenyan American.
Right.
That's what Obama
I'm
is.
just saying I don't remember him, similar to Kamala saying, I'm a foundational black American. I don't
Well, he
remember.
said he was black, though. He said he's black. When he got up and started speaking about Trayvon Martin, Trayvon Martin could very well be my son.
That's true.
And the
Could've
fake
been,
tear
right?
rolled down his cheek where he was. I mean, listen, man, the brother was good. The brother was very eloquent in his speech, and he was very good at walking, talking, and acting like foundational black American. And he really owes that. He owes a lot of that to the Nation of Islam that helped him out, man. Let's keep it a buck. But go ahead, man.
Okay. No, okay, I understand what you're saying. Like, you're saying, like, some Africans supposedly are getting into the politics. I just don't see myself in that. So, like, it kind of bothers me when it's like, a lot of generalization, right? Because I didn't get any, like, scholarship, right? And then also, like, you talked a lot about.
When did you come here?
So I was actually born here, but
Guess what? The fact that you were born here, that's because of birthright citizenship, which was only meant to be for foundational black Americans who were coming out of slavery, man. You are riding the coattails of something that my ancestors actually died for. They actually fought for that.
yeah,
And
and
you are a
I'm
beneficiary
grateful for
of
that.
that.
I'm grateful for that. I was gonna say I was born here, but then I was raised in West Africa. So yeah, I mean, like, I understand some of what.
So what's wrong with going back to West Africa and building that up? Why stay over here? Why not get your degree and take your degree back to West Africa? Be like Moses.
Right, most of my family
like
went back.
Moses.
That's why I was raised there, right? Because remember, I said I was born here, and then my parents went back. That's why I was raised there, and then right now, like, most of my siblings have went back as well.
Good. I'm not mad about that. Good. I want to see more of y'all go back and build that up. Stop coming over here, coming around foundation. Listen, it's not. We don't dislike y'all, but we dislike the tether class. And I'm sorry. Listen, some of y'all good Africans are gonna get hit. It is what it is. We don't know who's who until y'all state y'all case. I'm gonna ask you the same question I ask all Africans and all Caribbeans that come up here. What have you built in America, man?
What have I built, like, in terms
What
of
have you built? What have you built in America specifically, man? What have you
for
built?
for who? For myself?
What have you built in America? You've been here all these years. What have you built?
Like, can you give me an example of what that would?
Let me give you another example. What have you built in your homeland?
Mm,
See, that's always a tough question for you guys. Black Americans have built many different things in America. We built industries, we built genres. We're continually building even today. Even myself have a claim at building something for my community here in America. So the fact that you haven't built anything here, or
okay,
you haven't
so
built
I don't know if
anything
this
over
would
there.
count, right? I don't know if this would count, but I do
What?
know that I go out of my way to do business with, FBA people, like, even like the places where I shop,
What businesses? Okay, what businesses do you shop that are FBA? What businesses? Go ahead.
like for example the bakery, like every time I buy like cupcakes and cakes for like my daughter's school and things like that, I always go to this FBA lady. My hair, I'm writing a children's book. I made sure to pick a black illustrator. I literally like
Are they listen? Are they FBA? Are you
yes.
patronizing FBA? What FBA businesses are you specific? I get you to do individual people. What FBA businesses are you contributing to?
Well, I mean, those are small businesses, like like a real estate agent. Is that not a small, like someone?
Okay, I guess you could count those. But here's my thing. A lot of Black Americans can say the same thing. We have contributed to Africa. We seen those commercials, and they were like, "Hey, man, these people are not doing well over there." And we have took our dollars. We've been to churches, and churches have raised money for some pastor in Africa who's most likely scamming, who doesn't really have a congregation, but we've given money to him. You see what I'm saying? We've done things. We've done something for the country of Ethiopia. We've done something for the country of South Africa. We have contributed in Africa, and we also have contributed here. Where is that same reciprocity coming from?
So,
Africa?
so isn't the
From Caribbean.
co-founder of Black Lives Matter? Isn't she like Nigerian American?
Yeah, but that's not for us. First of all, Black Lives Matter was a scam. Black Lives Matter was a scam. 3 LGBTQ women and their family benefited from all of that. None of that money ever touched the Black community. Period. That's what happens when y'all come over here, y'all cosplay as us, take over our movement, and all of a sudden we gotta do something for trans. We gotta do something for LGBTQ. We gotta do something for Nigeria. We gotta do something for the Caribbean. They trying to say Juneteenth belong to them now. It's insane what's going on with the immigrant family that comes over here.
Can I say something about that too much? I was on YouTube on like a panel, right, on a podcast earlier, and it was like mostly foundational Black Americans, and the host was Jamaican, and there was this Black Lives Matters woman that was there, and everyone was kind of like copacetic until I started just speaking about what we've done. And then she was like, well, I'm one of the grassroots people who founded Black Lives Matter. And me being, and this is what I heard, right? Just her Pan-Africanism and her LGBTQism, whatever, was like those people who did it, they were separate from us. Those people, you can't attach it to us because it wasn't really what it was. But no, what it was a bunch of LGBTQ people around the same time,
and Democrat movement,
and they put that freaking brown and black stripe on their freaking flag. Super disgusting.
Let me help you out, family. Whenever you hear Black and brown position on something that's specifically Black, and you see them start putting in LGBTQ, and then you start seeing them inserting Black and brown, that's called Democratic co-op. The Democratic Party has come in and put their leaders and made them our leaders. So the real people, the real grassroots that may have started it, they get co-opted out of it. And now all of a sudden, who gets put on mainstream television? That's why I say never trust anybody on mainstream television, because we didn't put them there. Those are the networks putting them there. And they're all of a sudden saying, oh yeah, I'm the leader of Black Lives Matter. Oh yeah, I'm the leader of this Black grassroots movement. And we're looking at them like, who the hell is that? She was never at the meeting. We never seen him there. Who is he? That's what they do. It's called Democratic shields coming in trying to take the credit for the work that we already put in. And cool, when you see us out there marching, you'll see us in the beginning out there marching. All of a sudden you start seeing black, brown, yellow, and then you start seeing looting and stuff like that. That's not us, family. That's called co-opt. We've been co-opt. So that's what I'm saying. That's why we got to get a lot of y'all up out the paint, because it's so easy for y'all to come in and hide amongst us and do dirt. And then who gets blamed for it when all the smoke clear? We do. And we're just tired of that, Reyes. You may not be the one doing it, but I'm sorry. It's enough of y'all 4 million that's over here that are doing something. And y'all are teaming up with the Democratic shields, and y'all are willing to work for butter biscuits and Cajun cookouts and all that other stuff, fish fries. Y'all willing to do all that to move your way up in the Democratic ranks to what? To become the gatekeepers of Black Americans, and we're tired of it. We know.
Let me ask you something, right? I feel like, I'm hearing two different stories, right? Because I also read online a lot, like people saying that, immigrants voted for Trump, right? But then you're saying that they voted for the Democrats. So which one is it?
A lot of immigrants voted for the Democratic Party. That is a fact, and that can be looked up and that can be seen.
I agree with that.
And the reason why they voted for the Democratic Party, because the Democratic Party was actually doing something for them. And the reason why foundational Black Americans are not voting Democrat anymore, because they have not and have never done anything for the Black American community. They've always done things under the banner of minority, Black and brown coalition, and immigrants. We're tired of that.
Don't you think a lot of FBAs
that's why they call us Black nationalists, because they want us to sit there and just go with the flow, right? When we've always been the center, the heart of this country. So we kind of just look at the political talking points, whatever, and we notice with Kamala, right? An Indian woman with a Jamaican Indian dad who's half Irish and a slave owner coming over here talking about she cooked her greens in her bathtub. It's as simple as that. That is disgusting. That is not what my family members do, right? Because the unhygienic practices,
she's trying to
whatever.
represent Black people, and guess what? That makes us look bad. Y'all make y'all
Too
greens
much
in the bathtub? No, we never have done that. Go
Too
ahead.
much. What was that with Kamala making color green in a bathtub? What is that?
That's nothing.
I mean, a bathtub
That's
is
just her trying to
let me ask
identify
you-
as Black, and her people not telling her the right. She has a bunch of Did y'all know those Black people that were running her campaign? Those weren't foundational Black Americans. Those were tethers who have no clue about the Black community, giving her pointers on how to be Black.
Here's the thing, right? Too much, right?
Too much.
If we're being honest, like I think a lot of FBAs did vote for Kamala. Like let's be honest about that.
We can be honest about that, because guess what? They're still under the witchcraft and propaganda. A lot of us are still waking up, and a lot of us have already wakened up. You foundational Black American is mainstream now. That lets you know that a lot of Black people are waking up. I went to a wedding this weekend. I wore this hat for the rehearsal. People were asking questions like, he's FBA, he's FBA. And I'm surrounded by a bunch of Belizeans and foundational Black Americans, and they knew exactly what I was. They were so curious to talk to me at this wedding about what that word FBA means, because they've been hearing about it. That means they're waking up. And I just stood on business. I said, this stands for foundational Black American. This means I'm not an immigrant in my own country. And they were like, wow, yeah, that's right. And these are foundational Black Americans who probably called themselves African American or Black their whole life, and have heard about the term FBA, and now they know what it is, and they say, you know what, well, I'm FBA too. I said, exactly. A lot of them are waking up and finding out that their grandmamas and they parents that tried to tell them they were Indian were actually right. I used to laugh at my dad. Man, we ain't got no Indian. All Black people say they got Indian. But then when you do your genealogy and you do the research, you find out, damn, why would my parents lie to me if it wasn't so? You see what I'm saying? So a lot of Black people are finally and coming to the front, are coming to the realization they're having a total recall of who they are.
Too much.
Yeah, I got a quick question about that.
Can I?
I'm
Oh
gonna go to
yeah,
you. I'm
of
gonna go to
course.
you. Go ahead, King, real quick, and I'm gonna go to Roster real quick. But I'm coming back to you, King. Go ahead, King.
Yeah. I'm slowly starting to understand what happened to my people by listening to you guys, because it's exactly the same, and we are a small. Yeah, it's a to us it's a big country because it's 3.5 times bigger than Nederland itself, and it's
Suriname,
rich.
right? You have to say that.
Yeah, I'm from Suriname, and it was
Our
part
Suriname
of Big
brother.
Guyana. It was part of Big Guyana because you have French Guyana and British Guyana. They split it up. And I say to my people that they have to go look at what the Portuguese and the Spaniards wrote, because the British and the French, they came later, and the Dutch came later. And they did a reclassification, and I'm seeing it very small. My grandfather, his mom, always said that she was an Ingi, that means an Indian. And I was a kid. I didn't understand that. This is a story that goes around in my family. And I look at this woman. She was darker than you, darker brown than you, but her hair was straight. She didn't use a hot comb to make her hair straight. That was really her hair. And it's nothing about hair because I have woolly hair, so no problem with hair. But it is strange to us that a woman that has a darker skin complexion like you, too much, is calling herself Ingi. And I think she had it from her ancestors, or herself knew that there was a reclassification, and she kept her identity because she didn't want anything to do with the other people that's in my country over there. And by listening to you guys, I'm
A
coming
lot
to
of
FBA.
Caribbeans are really they really have indigenous blood. They're not as much. They have some African ancestry in there, but they also have them in indigenous blood. A lot of your Hispanics and Mexicans, they want to claim indigenous so bad, but they've been breeded out. They're more Spanish conquistador, and they have like maybe 2%, 3% indigenous in them. You see what I'm saying? If you're not this color here, you can't claim indigenous anywhere. Whenever you hear indigenous people, it's always going to be a black race that owns that indigenous, because black people were first. If you see white people trying to claim indigenous, no, they're a new group. If you see a bunch of Italians and Spanish and so-called Native Americans who are really Mexican, or what they call it, Serbians, or wherever the heck they come from, barren straight people, they're not indigenous here. They're new to America. We're still the oldest people in America, and anybody can research that today and find out the truth. Go ahead, Roster Garvey. Go ahead.
What's going on, brother?
What's
How
going on?
everybody doing? I'm
Thanks
just
for the gifts, and everyone.
I'm just starting off saying, see me, with me, my mother's FBA and my father is Caribbean. And my question would be, how do FBA delineate between that? And so if you have both bloods, and
Brother,
a lot of
listen,
our people
listen.
like that.
We accepted Nipsey Hussle. We also knew about Malcolm X. We also know about our brother Farrakhan. Listen, if you are for us, we're not against you. If you're not a tether, we're not against you. We are against the tether. But we're saying this, listen. We're making a clear delineation. We're saying we are foundational Black Americans. And if you got one parent that is foundational Black American, we consider you of the lineage. We don't discriminate. I was chilling at a wedding with a Haitian and Black American, and he was more. This brother had the whole down south. He looked foundational Black American, but he was honest and said, "I got a Haitian mother." And, oh no, I'm sorry. He had the Haitian father and he had the Black American mother. But this brother was with a foundational Black American woman, and he was on code with foundational Black Americans. That's
Okay.
all we're saying. You got to get on code. You want to be seen as us. You got to be on code with us. The moment you go off code and you start talking like a tether and talking like an immigrant, we don't rock with that. We don't bow down to white supremacy. We don't kiss white people's butt. We don't worship white people, but we see a lot of Black immigrants do.
No. I understand that, and I
Can I say
understand how
this
to
too, to add on
delineate
to that,
between.
Roster, before I forget? I'm like Dory that fish. I have to say it before I forget my point. what King Vincent was saying, right? Because I don't know if people know where Suriname is. It's in South America. It's actually like part of North America. If you divide America into North and South, he's in the Caribbean, but on the South American part. And he was basically saying that he understands that our same issue is more related to each other than us versus like continental Africans, right? That's what he was saying. He's just very respectful. I appreciate what the Vincent.
If you go down to Guyana, I think it's called Guyana, right? Just Suriname. If you go down to Guyana, a lot of them will tell you they're Indian and not black, and they're darker than you. A lot of them will say they're indigenous, especially in Guyana, and they're darker than you. They don't even claim black. If you go down to Guyana, and they are, man, I've seen them. They're black. They're jet black. But they will not claim black. They will claim Indian.
No, because I agree that FBA should try to delineate, try to make a difference known. Because like just like you said earlier, it's like we know Poland Americans, we can delineate between like the ancestry of YT people, right? So like you feel me? So I don't think that's a big problem, but I think that even with that delineate, with that being done, I think we still got to try to find a way like to find level ground in certain areas. Because at the end of the day, in history, you never know who you're gonna need in history. So just to shut the door.
No, we're not finna level with no demons and no devils. We do not negotiate with terrorists, sir.
No, I ain't saying doing no demon, but you can't say that everybody that comes from those places are demons and terrorists.
Or let them be the new oppressor on the block. They're gonna have to come right or get left.
I understand that, but you can't say they all demons and just
We can say whatever the fuck we want to.
Hold on, guys.
We feel that way. It's not on us to fix that burden. That burden is on them to correct themselves.
Exactly. Hold on, guys. We don't consider everybody African or everybody Caribbean as tethers, but only the ones who have that tether mentality, that tether talk. We got to get some straightening. And at this point, listen, it's to the point now where even the good ones are going to catch the strays, the stray bullets that's coming from us roasting them and from us telling them who they are. It is what it is. As long as we're speaking the truth and not lying, that's good enough for me, and that should be good enough for them. There's some things wrong in the black community that we just got like, yeah, we did that. And there's some things wrong in the African and the Caribbean community that they just gotta own it. If your homeland is crap, it's crap. That is what it is. We're no longer gonna pussyfoot around it and be nice about it. We just gonna tell it how it is. And if you get hurt because we gotta put a tether in their place, then so be it. If you want to change that, you better start checking them tethers. Say, hey man, don't say that on a Black American Live. Don't come up on a Black American platform with all that nonsense, because you making all of us look bad. So you got to check your tethers, because they're the ones making all of y'all look bad.
So that goes the same as far as mixed Americans also that has YT in them. So those FBAs get
I think you don't understand, Rasta. Rasta, the thing is, can I tell him?
What is a
FBA? I'm saying FBA. They have an FBA parent and a YT parent.
Yeah,
one drop rule for sure. We've never not accepted our people.
But even in our community, that's been a problem though.
There are some people making it a problem, but it's not us.
Listen. I know everybody.
So colorism is not. It doesn't happen in the black community.
Hold on. I know everybody want to put that colorism and stuff like that. We never really had a few people who had a problem with people being lighter than them and a problem with people being darker than them. That's it. But that's really never been a problem, because we have mixed colors in our family. My mom's freaking light skinned, and she's full foundational Black American.
Black, so like, come on now, stop.
Actually, kind of weird, because like I get called white all the time.
Well, we got all colors in our family.
I got people who are not part of our FBA lineage.
I even got some YT passing people in my family. Shoot, I just found out that because my family's from West Virginia and Virginia, I'm freaking related to Abraham Lincoln. So we got a whole side. Listen. Every foundational Black American know they got probably if they really look, they got a little bit of European in them somewhere.
Yeah, and what's crazy is though, like, not to make it about my lightness or whatever, because I always get super attacked every live that I go to that's FBA, because people think that I am biracial or mixed. And personally, and there's nothing wrong with being that, but like I'm not.
I got people in my family that look just like you. You could be one of my cousins right now.
Yeah, you know that, but it's always the tethers that don't understand.
Gaslight us on that, man. That's why I said worry about yourself. You ain't mixed. Worry about yourself. They can correct themselves.
Well, actually, the FBA is telling everything.
He tried to triangulate us and bring that tribalism over here. Well, look at your light skins and the biracial. No, we're not talking about that. We're talking about you tribalists over here.
You know where you find those problems at? You find those problems in Black, Greek, Boule fraternities. Y'all seen that movie? What was that movie? The movie with the fraternities. What's they called? You know what movie I'm talking about? The old in 1980 Atomic. They were doing the Atomic Dog and all that stuff. What movie was that? School Days.
Yes.
You see that in the movies. You see that in the movies and in Black and Greek fraternity. They do that light skin, dark skin thing, but that's not really prevalent in the Black community because we got light skin, we got dark skin, we got all colors of the rainbow in the Black community. And guess what? Grandmama fed them all. Grandma didn't discriminate on the color. She was like, bring that yellow bone girl up in the house and get her some food so we can get her something to eat.
What's crazy though about that though is they'll sit here and marry a whole white woman, right? Because I've watched some of those TikToks and been on, not even just on like social media. You guys love white people so much that you guys think it's a come up to marry them. That is not our thing. Our thing is we just been here, so long, like intermixing with them that like some of our people, and a very small amount of them, by the way, too. My family's not one of those groups of people that interact with them, and we're not gonna sit here and be like, "You're half white, you're not Black." That is not our thing. Maybe the white people do that or whatever, but you integrate with these whites, you come over here, and now they're telling you that you're African American.
If that's what y'all gonna name them, how about y'all focus on fixing y'all vagabonds and y'all savages, man? Stay up out our business. That's what y'all can do.
Yeah, too much. If I'm right, FBA stands for those who laid the foundation. So you're purifying your lineage. Look, I was listening to what Rasse is saying, that you have some who are foundational Black American, but they have a whitey parent, something like that. So they became biracials. But the thing is what FBA stands for is getting on code,
right?
And that's
it's more about code. It's more about getting
foundational people. And if you're not that, if you're not that, and you try to mix in other cultures because someone has married another culture, you're not on code. That's what I'm trying to teach my people also, because I have a lot of not mixed up, but biracial family members.
Right. You have to tell nobody who they need to fall in love with. If you're a Black woman and you want to mix it up, go right ahead. But that don't mean you got to denigrate your culture and your lineage. Mm-hmm. If you do that, then that's a problem. I tell Black men same thing. I don't care who you mix it up with, but that don't mean you got to denigrate your culture so you can be accepted into their culture. You still be who you are, and listen. My wife is East African. I allow her to be East African. I don't try to change her. She's not a tether. She's 100% rocking with me, but I'm 100% foundational Black American. I love my lineage, and I put that first. That's the way it is. My kids will be foundational Black Americans. They're not going to be African. They're going to be foundational Black American. That's the way it is. If you have that mindset, cool.
That's cool. That's cool. Why? How you explain that? Because many of those biracials have that problem. They don't know what they really are. They are in an how do you say that? identity crisis, in fact, because they run to the other side, to these multicultural
Listen,
people,
if you
and
got
they
that
treat them
Drake
better than they treat
mentality,
us.
if you got that Drake mentality, see, Drake, his dad's from Memphis. His mom is a small hat. He grew up in Canada. He wasn't really raised around his pops. I'm sorry, that brother chose a side already. He's not foundational. He got the lineage up in him, but he's a whole tether. Did y'all hear what this brother said when he was in London? Did y'all hear what he said when he was in London? He
No,
said
no, no, no.
London rappers are
They
the
don't
best.
understand that, right? And I'm
He
like, I'm also
said,
FBA,
no, hold
right?
on.
And I have a
Hold
Oh,
on.
well, just me, please.
Drake said London rappers were the best rappers in the world. Better than American rappers, better than Canadian rappers. He said the UK rappers, the London rappers, are the best lyricists in the world. This is your boy Drake running around saying ridiculous things like that. And he has a
Really?
listen, you got another guy, Andrew Tate. He has foundational black American lineage. His dad was a foundational black American. His mom was British. Guess what side he is? He's full British. Let's just call it what it is. He's not a foundational black American anymore. He lost the black consciousness. What really makes you a foundational black American is your lineage, and you gotta have the black consciousness. If you don't have the black consciousness, we can't unite with you. We can't do nothing with you. You are a castaway because you don't understand what being on code is. If you don't understand what being on code is and what's being B1 and rocking for your people, how can we even unite with that? That's why we can't unite with no Africans. That's why we can't unite with no Caribbean, because they do not have the black consciousness. They come from a whole different culture, and their culture says tribalism. Their culture says when you get to America, you get on code with the dominant society and you practice anti-black hatred because you also can be considered YT in their country, and we
The
don't rock
problem,
with that at all.
the problem with Caribbeans is that they believe that they are from African descent. Maybe some are, but most of them aren't, and they are brainwashed into that Pan-African nonsense. I'm not down with that nonsense because I don't want to be African. I don't want. You know how it feels when people call me that I'm from African descent. That someone is giving me a dirty jacket with mud in it, and I have to wear it. That's how it feels. I'm not Africa. I have nothing to do with Africans. I won't. Not. I won't. I don't want to have anything to do with Africans. I'm a Surinamer. My ancestor, I thank the Most High that my grandfather, his mom told me I want nothing to do with these people. So, because of that,
It's a
and
slur.
and
It's
looking
rude
at
and
looking at our
disrespectful.
coat of arms, look at two Negroes on the coat of arms of Suriname, and now they whitewashed it. Now these days they are pink, but thank God there are older coat of arms, and that is showing that there were Negroes standing on the coat of arms. This one shows that they are dark skinned, dark brown, but the one from today it looks like an Asian, almost white. The coat of arms. So I got them right there. That's all I wanted to
They
say.
keep
I'm
they
not
keep
African, and I don't want to be African.
they keep trying to whitewash us too, right? Hawaii's coat of arms used to be Negroes too. We used to be called Negroes in the USA. They keep changing our name. So I absolutely do understand where you're coming from, right?
Know what the N word means? Look it up. We know what it means. It
Like
means American
it's
Indian.
definitely
So
not
thank you
African.
for telling us who we are. It's a new slur. Now you want to
Yeah, they're
call
like,
us
you're African. I'm
Africans.
like,
Right. We're
we're
not doing
not
that.
though. But
We're gonna stay where we at. Thank you.
I'm gonna drop down though too much. It's like 1 o'clock, but I love the conversation. But no, King Vincent's arm and his background, that's what the whole continent of America used to look like, right? We are the original Indians. I know that this bothers people. Our name keeps getting changed. Right now we're rocking with FBA. Also the, copper colors, the indigenous.
So let me say
I
this.
have Choctaw in my family.
So let me say this. Go look at the map. They have a map. It's worth about 995, almost $1 million for this map. It's the old world map. It was created in like I think the 1500s or the early 1600s, like 1612 or 1614, something like that. There was a map that was created of the whole world. And in this, what's unique about this old map is it actually has the pictures of the people that lived in that area and what specific color they were. If you look at that map, there's only two maps like this. One's in Sweden, and the other one I think is in the UK. Okay, but they're worth $1 million, $2 million for these maps, and they have that picture that you see King Vincent have right there. They have the American Indians, they have the West Indians, whatever they want to call them, the indigenous Black Americans looking just like that. You can't tell me, why would you paint Black people in America if they weren't there? Why would you paint copper-colored people
Self to
in
look like
America?
somebody else.
Exactly. It's just not possible.
Don't make
Why
sense.
when you look at the Olmecs, they got pictures of Black Americans up there? That's all I'm saying. Use your head. I'm not
Erase stuff
saying,
and put somebody else's face up there.
yeah, I'm not saying the red natives weren't here. They got here. They got here, but they're not native here. And they were never called native. They were called something else. They took on the name native. They got that from the YT people. The YT were considered Native Americans. When they first got here, YT was not considered American. They were considered Native Americans because they wanted to separate themselves from the Irish, from the Polish, from the Germans, from all the other people they got here. The foundational whites, if you want to call them that, there's no word for that, but just for lack of word, they were called themselves Native American. Go look at the movie Gangs of New York again and watch what they were called. They were the natives versus the rabbits. Okay, they were native. They knew they weren't full-blooded American. They were foreign here, and they took on the term Native American. And you know what they did? They just took that term Native American and gave it to the red natives, the red Indians, and start calling them Native American. And then they tried to change native into meaning indigenous, and that's wrong. Native does not mean indigenous. Indigenous Aboriginals are different from anybody native. Go read the actual definition of those words and you'll see what I'm saying. The original definition of American, according to the Webster's Dictionary of 1828, was copper-colored races, Aboriginal people found here by Europeans. So they knew exactly who there were. There was only three classifications of slaves in America. One was the American Creole, the other one was the American Negro, and the other was the African Negro. They wouldn't have to specialize, call somebody African Negro if they weren't from Africa. They wouldn't call somebody American Negro if they wasn't from America. They wouldn't call someone American Creole if they wasn't from America. What you need to know now,
What's the Creole?
Creole.
What's Creole?
Creole is an admixture of French and indigenous. That's what Creole is.
Okay.
And the language of Creole
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
does not come from Haiti. It comes from America. America were the first Creoles. That's what it is. A lot of Haitians want to think they're us because they were speaking Creole in America first. But that's a whole nother story. But
Oh yeah, and one
You
last
get
thing.
this
One,
one.
one last thing. I'm going to leave. The how do you say that? That story about the Haitians that they freed almost the whole of South America and the Caribbean and even North America. That's a complete lie. They freed a few countries. That's true, but not the whole two continents and the Caribbean. They didn't free my people in Suriname. Let that be clear, because you are trying to put that on my people that the Haitians freed Suriname or the Guyana itself. So that's all I wanted to say.
Haitians
Too
helped.
much. Thanks for
Haitians
letting
helped
me
in the
up.
war. They did, but it
Yeah,
was. You got to
but
remember that we
not
were a
completely.
family then. It wasn't all what we got going on right now.
Well, it's one big family, and we have
Right.
to exclude the African part because it's no hate against Africans. And actually, the Africans should apologize
these
for that. That we
Haitians
have to
of
apologize for
today,
that.
these Haitians of today chose their side. And if you make your bed, you gotta lay in it. That's just what it is. It's all
They
about
chose a
choosing
side.
sides. You chose that side, and we gonna choose this side. So here's what we're gonna do, family. We're gonna check that other box. We're not checking the black or the African American box any longer. We're gonna check the other box, and we're gonna write
Indian check other.
foundational Black American, copper colored races, freedmen. We're gonna write it down. We're no longer gonna be held hostage by the term African American. We're going to make it clear. We're going to make it clear to the Census Bureau that we are not black. We're not African American. We are foundational Black Americans. If you don't get our lineage right, you're not going to call us by any old name. We tell you who we want our lineage to be classified as, and that's what it is. So when you get to that other box, when you get to that classification, when you fill out that form at the application at the hospital, that application on the job, whatever they ask you, what your ethnicity is, you're gonna pick the other box, and that's how we're gonna reclaim our identity back. That's how we're gonna force them to classify us the right way, and that's how we move it. Let me hear from Bino. You just got up here, and then no. Let me hear from Emerald. I'm sorry, I don't want to skip Emerald. I think Emerald's from Suriname. And then we're going to go up to Bino. Go ahead, Emerald.
Hi, family. Thank you for accepting me on this panel. You answered all the questions I wanted to answer, and my brother King Vincent just asked the same questions, but I will just have a little retouch on it. It is just like the most people I hear speaking about United America, like a United America, not a United States in the Americas, but a United Americas, all the countries in the America, North, South, and Central, and the Caribbean being united together, like the European countries are being united in Europe. That they believe that it will be the best moving forward.
You know what?
That's
Emma,
unrealistic.
Hold on, Black Son. Yeah, I'll just say this: it's one day in the future that will happen. One day, our kids.
No,
we'll
we're not gonna keep passing this on. We're gonna get the kicking ass.
Well, no, I'm not passing on. I'm just saying, as far as the uniting going on, listen, we're cool with people, we're cool with the riders, but there's so much disrespect coming out of the Caribbean and Africa that they got to hold their own nuts for a while. That's just what it is. If they don't have the Black consciousness, we cannot unite with that. Now, one day, maybe in the future, when I'm gone or something like that, that might happen. And I'm not saying that shouldn't happen. We should be riding as Americas. We should be riding together, because if you want to get on it, y'all the closest kinfolk we got, closer than Africa. Y'all the closest kinfolk we got. Yeah, but right now there's so much disrespect going on. We got to get some straightening, and we gonna tell everybody, hold your own nuts. But hey. Yeah. Like I said, we don't got no hate for nobody, but we got to protect our lineage and our culture right now. And once we get that secured, once we get all of us on marching to the same tune and on code, then we can say, hey, we got it cracking over here. We need y'all to do the same thing. And then we come together in a form of a treaty. That's how we do it. We do everything formal from here on out. If you don't sign the treaty, then we can't really rock with your nation or your people like that. But when you sign that treaty saying this is how we treat you, this is how you treat us, and it's gonna be a mutual respect and a mutual resource being transferred, like you see right here, no gold, no unity. When we start getting some of that gold, some of them resources, and we start exchanging like that, then we can talk about we all under the same banner, because we, at the end of the day, it's pan-Black American, but it should be pan-American. We should not be no pan-African anything, because African way over there. But over here, one day, it will be pan-American. But until that day happens, like I said, I can only see it far out in the future, because a lot of people just ain't on code yet. A lot of people just don't have the right mindset yet. It's going to take a mindset shift and a paradigm shift for this to happen.
Yeah, threat for y'all to panic. and then you're gonna be late.
Yeah,
Then you need to
because
get it
they
together and get it together right now.
because they believed like Africa is now trying to do a united Africa with their new leader that they have in Burkina Faso is
Oh,
trying
you talk
to.
about Abraham Torre, man. He's lining up with the Russians, though.
That is what
But he's only one man. He's not part
the
of. I mean,
mindset.
he's only
Do
one
you
man in
know?
that.
Do you know how racist and anti-black the Russians are?
Okay, so that is what one of the questions
Well,
was.
the Russians were the
And the
only ones who
next
didn't
question.
have slaves.
No, hold on. I'm gonna get to everybody, and I'm gonna close down the line. I'm gonna get to everybody. Everybody gonna get a chance to speak on the panel. Just let her finish up. Let her wrap it up. If she has another
Thank
question,
you.
we'll answer that.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you. And I wanted to know why the rush of other countries in the Americas, especially Haiti, is claiming that they free all of America against in traders, infrators, and things like that. I heard some of the stories, but I want to ask something. Is it like if another country help your country, like some century ago, with freeing people or whatsoever the fight was, does it mean that that country have a saying or
No,
going in your
no.
country because he came to help in your fight? So does it
No,
mean
Absolutely
look,
that?
not.
look at the Maroons
No,
that
Emerald.
helped Mexico, and look what they did to those Maroons later on. Look what they did to
It
the
is the
Boy,
first
tr-
Mexican
boy.
president.
it's
Look
the
what
truth
look
that
what
you
they
Well,
help,
did.
and you should be respectful for your help. That's my take on that, and that goes
Yeah.
both ways.
But that does not
Mexico and
mean that you
Maroons,
should have a
Haitians and
saying.
Americans, there should be respect because clearly we needed them.
Yeah, but
The
that
Alamo
that's
was
does
fought by
not
us.
mean
I
We
don't
helped
that
think we
them
that
when they
needed it
helped us.
but
And,
that
and,
does
the
because it was
Haitians,
black
the Haitians
American
trying to claim
slave revolts way
they
before they
helped us.
even got
It was
their
very
revolution started.
minimal help from Haitians. Very minimal help. We give
Minimal.
shout out to what Haitians did in 1804. We give a shout out to what they did. But here's what happened. They freed themselves and they went right back into bondage.
okay. But and I want to say that
They
even if
enslaved their
they
own
help,
people after the
like
independence.
oh, one
like
moment,
even
Blackstone.
like even if they help your country like 100%, does not mean that they have the authority in your country like to come when they want and stay, and even
Uh,
like they have to be there, because you should not forget that without them you would not even have a country,
That wouldn't
kind
even be
of.
the
Well,
case.
Emerald. One thing.
thing.
Can I say something? Look, the thing with
Because that is
Haitian
what
is
is happening
Emerald.
all over.
Emerald. The thing with Haitian is this. They brought a lot of Haitians to Suriname
Yeah,
in the last couple of years.
yeah.
And right now here in Nederland, there's a guy called Fata Black, something like that. He's doing a show in English. I would need to find that video for you. I'm going to send it to you. They try to make the Haitians very important, that they freed almost everyone because they are panicking, those colonizers. They don't know what to do anymore because they see we are waking up. So they need a story to undermine our movement like they did with Black Lives Matter, because they know these people think 100 years at front, and they see what is coming. Because they know they're screwed up. So they need to find something to undermine our movement, that we are indigenous to the land itself. So they use the Haitians right now by sending many of them to our country. Saya Patron, or however what his name is. He said
It's
he
an
was born
Asian
in
in our
Suriname.
country, yeah.
Yeah,
That takes a
he
lot of
said that he was
control,
born in
yeah.
Suriname, but this guy, he is profiting a lot in Suriname. He's rich. He's driving an Aston Martin or all these kind of cars. And if you look at our people, we don't drive these cars. They are allowing him to drive so that the Haitians are becoming important over there. He has to go. The Haitians have to go. I
Okay,
don't want
that
them
is
over
what
there.
I mean.
You know what I mean?
Freed everybody over
Because
here. Why they
because
still
I'm
paying
not going to let
France?
any
They can
Haitian
For
shut
real.
up.
going to decide who Suriname is. I am
For
Suriname. You
real,
know what I
goddess.
mean?
That
Because
is
I don't
true.
like these foreigners coming over there
French
trying to
debt.
lecture my people like those Asians. I don't want them out. And if they are not going to be out, they have to obey what I'm saying. Because
Okay.
I'm an original Suriname person. You're an
So
original Suriname person.
that is
So
what
that's something that we have to put on these people who think that Suriname belongs to them. There was a mistake made in the
have to put
60s,
that
no, in the
on
70s.
everybody in America.
There was a mistake made by
Okay.
those biracials and those Asian people to agree with each other that they will live in peace. Look at that video on my account where they are cussing us and where they are calling us names. Those Negroes, this. It's
Wow.
crazy. And thanks to the
So
Dutch, and I'm
that
going to
is
fix that
why
thing because I'm done
that
with
is
these
why
people because they
that is
cause a lot
why
of problems in life over
that is
here,
why
And
Yeah.
I am proof of it that
that is why
that in the background they are causing problems for us and they are laughing at it. I didn't understand why
that
they
is
were
why
See,
laughing, and
crossing
now
see,
I
of
start to
Mr.
understand why
Hey
they are
guys,
laughing. So
I
these
gotta move
people,
on.
we're going to
Hey,
teach them a
King,
lesson.
I
King.
know, I
We
know.
gotta get over to
That is
Bino,
why. Can
and
I
then I
have a
gotta get
last?
to Blackstone
Too
real
many
quick, you
people
guys.
talking.
Yeah, I know. Can I say last thing? That is why I am very happy of this program you're having too much, and the other ones stay on code and make sure that you spread the knowledge and the wisdom as much as possible for our people that are still behind, and let them know that there's no uniting with anybody. We need to come up for ourselves and our country.
Yep.
That's
And
right.
I
Yep.
hope that all the immigrants
Absolutely.
will understand that and go to their country of origin and build up and stop claiming other people's country after they know
Part.
history. Like, yes, we help you fight your war. If it was not us, you would not have a country.
That's right.
Like,
That's right. Let
That
me go to
part.
Bino. Bino, real quick. Go ahead, Bino. Bino, unmute your mic.
Yes, sir. How everybody doing? Everybody good?
Peace,
How are you
peace.
doing?
Yeah, awesome, awesome. No, I've been listening for a little bit. And look, I'm gonna tell you, I'm from Haitian descent. I'm a Haitian, right? Blood. I was born in the Haiti land. I came here at the age of 9 years old. Okay. Um, and look, I'm gonna tell you, until we learn to unite, when I say we, I'm talking about it don't matter if we are Latino, African,
No, we can't
blacks,
unite with no Latinos,
Haitians.
bro.
What's that?
You need to
so
purify your
Go
country.
No,
ahead.
Purify
listen.
your
When
country
when
Sis,
I- when
first.
when I'm when I'm
the
speaking
live
of
is
when
There
I'm
is no
speaking,
over.
oh,
unity with other
Hold on.
cultures.
Hold on. Let
unite,
him speak. Let him
unite
can
Let him
can
speak.
I
speak.
can I
Let him
can I
speak.
can I can I speak? Can I
Let
speak,
him
please?
speak. Let him
unite, and
speak.
Go ahead,
When when
bro.
when I,
Hold
when
on.
I'm
Bino.
when
Hold
I'm saying
on.
Latinos, right? I'm
Hold on. Let
saying
him
people
speak.
that look like you and I, right? Right? The
Oh,
black and
Afro
brown
Latino.
people,
Oh,
right? Yeah, yeah.
Listen,
So
we
that's what I'm
cannot
talking about, right?
unite. We
Hold on,
cannot
for
unite
sure.
off
Let me
color. I hear what you're
let
saying, but
let
hold on.
let,
Let me
let
just
me.
say this:
Mhm.
we cannot unite off of color alone. Skin folk ain't kinfolk. No, we can only unite off of consciousness, off of mindset. If you have the mind to unite, great. If you have this black consciousness, we can latch on to that. But if you don't have this black consciousness, we're not uniting with you at all. There's too many of
exactly.
y'all that walk around with the white
Exactly.
supremacist mindset. There's too many of y'all. As soon as y'all get over here, y'all want to practice anti-black hate. There's
Switch.
so many Haitians that told me I'm not black, I'm Haitian. Listen, there's so many Haitian families who are adamant about not mixing or even talking to black Americans. So
In
what we're
America.
saying is this: if you want to see any type of unity, it's going to be done through a treaty and a treaty
Disrespect. If you want
only.
to unite, go home and unite
No,
with Haitians.
Unite the Haitians
I hear
and
what
unite the
you're saying. I
Caribbean
hear what you're saying.
first.
Right, right. I hear what you're saying, right? But
They
check it
mix
out. Check it
y'all.
out. Right.
good.
Again, let me finish what I was saying. Right. Again, I've been interrupted like 3 different times. Yeah. So what I'm saying is, while we sleeping, while we arguing, right? The man that has the plan to divide and conquer, guess what he's doing? He don't sleep. He's preparing a way to destroy, right? The black and brown people, right? I've been in this country for again most of my life, and I see what's going on, right? I've met a gentleman, a Japanese gentleman, while doing a Uber, driving an Uber, right? Him and his wife. This man works for the government. Okay. And at the time, he came to Miami. This is like like right before COVID, maybe like few months before COVID. And he came to Miami for a conference that was being held by these corporations, right? These corporations, they get together every year, like the major corporations, right? They get together every year, right? So that they can study the black, or they can share the knowledge that they gain for the black and brown people across the world, how to market to them, right? How to do, Lord knows what else they're doing, right? But I mean, he said, how to market, because we are different in our emotions, the way they can, I guess, get into our minds to implant whatever we seen in we hear in the musics, what we seen on the TVs, right? So what I'm saying is, while we're sitting here, we arguing against each other, right? They are planning on how to take us down. That's what's going
That's
on.
not that's not
I'm
the
gonna
news.
tell you. I'm gonna tell you this.
You
Hold
just
on,
not
hold on.
That's not
learning
the
One
this.
news.
last thing. One last thing. I'm gonna say all these whitey people across the world, whether they look Asian or they Indians, or you want to call them Russians and this and this and that. At the end of the day, they all have a treaty together, right, to take us down.
So what are
When
you
I'm
gonna do
saying
about it?
us,
See, we
What?
know
Hold
that.
on,
what
hold on,
am I
hold
doing
on,
about it?
hold on.
Okay,
What are
Well,
you
thank
what
gonna
what
do
I'm
you.
do
about
what
it?
I'm doing about what I do
And
about it,
vice
right?
versa.
I spread
You
knowledge.
plan
I
on
spread
straight up
knowledge.
Okay,
taking
hold
them
on,
down,
sir.
whooping
Let me tell
ass.
you something. What have you
Yes,
built
sir.
in America? You've been here since you were 9 years old. What have you built in
hmm
America?
What have I built in America?
Mm-hmm.
Um, Let me ask you a question.
No,
You've
answer
been here,
that
or
question.
you've been
No,
here.
no,
Let me
no,
no
no.
no
Answer
no
the
hold
Answer
question,
on.
that
man.
question, sir.
Like
What
we
have you
tired,
built in America? You've
literally.
been here for long. You've been here for a long time, and you think. See, here's the problem. You guys
Mhm.
come over here all late.
Yeah.
You're late to the party.
Shit.
Foundational Black Americans have already been here 400 years. You don't think we know
500.
about YT supremacy? You don't think we understand how things really go? You're just learning,
COINTELPRO.
and you think
COINTELPRO.
you coming from 9 years old. You coming from 9 years old thinking you see clearer than us. That's your problem. You don't see clear enough. You don't know it. You don't know anything what's going on. You
You
can't
think
tell
I
me.
don't?
You know you don't, and you can't tell
What
me.
Get
makes you
help
what
and
makes you
go
Listen,
think what
home.
makes you think
listen,
I don't?
Let too much speak. Let too much speak.
listen. You don't know anything about Black American culture.
What makes you think
You
I
don't
don't?
know anything about Black
What makes you think
Americans.
I don't?
You
You
don't
Your
know
telling me
any.
what
mouth.
I
Hold
you
on,
telling me
hold
what I
on, hold
know,
on.
what I don't
Your
Let him
know.
mouth.
speak. Let
Let
him
me tell you
speak.
something, sir.
Do
Let me
you, do
tell you
you
something,
do you
sir. Let
realize,
me
like, the real
Benham,
war against?
mute your
Yes, sir.
mic. Mute your
hold on,
mic.
man. Listen. Do not overtalk the host. Don't do that.
Then right now, let us
Don't
know.
do that.
Proximity doesn't
Listen.
mean knowledge.
Yeah, proximity does not mean knowledge, sir. Listen, I don't know anything about Haitian culture better than a Haitian. You're never going
For
to know
real.
anything about Black American culture better than a Black American. You're not going to know anything about how YT people really get down. See, we know exactly how they get down. You
In the
are
belly of the
just
beast. In the belly of
learning
the beast,
how
bro.
they get down. We've been here in the belly of the beast putting it down. Like I said, what have you done since you've been here? You haven't fought against YT supremacy not once since you've been here, sir. That's a fact. Where is your blueprint? Where is your footprint at of fighting? But Black Americans, we got many footprints of us standing
Told it all.
on business. You come here, you didn't invent nothing, you didn't bring nothing valuable to the party, you didn't show up with a dish to the cookout. We cooked everything. Everything was ready made when you got here, and you think you know something. You don't know anything, sir. You're
Right. What have you
still
built?
a guest here in this country. You don't know more about YT people than foundational Black Americans. Just because they gave you a few pats on the back and they told you you did a good job and you felt good about it, don't make you think that they really love you. They don't. They have no.
And when
That's why you see ICE getting y'all Haitians about it. That's why they deny September 25th comes. All that little refugee status that y'all used to get to have, it's over. As a matter of fact,
Birthright
Haiti is
citizenship,
on
over
the
with.
sanction list right now. There's sanction. Nobody can fly there.
Right?
You
Nobody
got
can
to
send
fly to
money.
another country and get a connecting flight to Haiti. now, sir. So understand, we know exactly how YT feel about us, and we know exactly how they feel about you. You don't know anything about us.
And the
The
rest.
fact that you think you do, that's your weakness, and that's your disadvantage.
That's
Because
right.
you're coming in
Too much.
you're coming in thinking you know more. You come in thinking you can teach us. You can't teach us anything. Go back to your homeland. Go fix that. Go get it popping over there. That's the best thing you can do. One day, maybe like I said,
And across the
far
ocean. That's
down the
all you can do.
line, far down the line, will we unite? Because the mindset, your mindset is not nothing we can unite with. We have no use for a Haitian right now. We have no use for a Caribbean right now. We have no use for an African right now. And we don't have time to explain to y'all step by step by step by step by step. Y'all need to go figure it out over there in your homeland. And
They
then,
should already be on code, bro. They should be on code for what they suffer
then we
from.
can talk strategy. But right now, there's no strategy to be taught because everything is undermining. When it comes to our reparations,
Too much.
black people don't need reparations.
What the? Yeah.
And then y'all say, I'm a black man just like you. No, you're not black just like me. All skin folk is not kinfolk, and we're dead.
That's real talk.
We're no longer doing anything with
Too much.
What
Let me
has
say something to
Haitians
these
built?
people.
I want to hear
Goddess,
that
please.
answer.
Goddess, one moment.
What has
Look,
a Haitians
the thing,
built? Hold on,
the
King.
thing, the
You've
thing.
been talked already. This live is coming to an end, sir. Bino, what has Haitians built? I'm putting you on the spot. Don't let Haitians down.
Turn your mic on, Bino. Turn your mic on, sir. Turn your mic on, Bino. I don't got you muted.
Yes,
man.
yes. Yeah. Oh, no. Okay, I got. Yeah. Sorry about that. Yeah. You say what has Haitians built, right? Once
During
upon a
their
time.
in America,
In
what
America,
has
bro.
Haitians
Not Haiti.
built?
Now we're gonna go to Haiti too because I'm gonna give you every chance to show me something. But we're gonna start with America. You've been here since 9 years.
Well, hold on.
And what have your people built since y'all been here? In
Too
America?
much.
Let
Now
him answer.
you do know that this damn government did sabotage their government as well with the French. So I understand the Haitians
Hold on.
as far as what they claim.
Blackstone.
But no, I'm just saying when they come into America, they gotta get on code with us, bro.
They don't get a pass because they've been undermining and sabotaging us.
You are right. You are absolutely right. You are absolutely right.
Who cares that they sabotage your company? They sabotage the black
community. They sabotage us too. They sabotage us too.
They bombed us. Okay,
twice.
So I don't want to hear. I don't feel
Open
sorry
up
about
dams and flooded my people. What have y'all built?
Go ahead, Bino. I'm waiting, brother. What have you built in the United States since you've been here, brother? What have you built?
You heard of the Empire Tatari?
No.
Tamari?
Nah, bro.
You ever heard of it?
Tamari,
come on, bro. Not that.
What
That's
about
you heard of Tamari,
That's
right?
us.
What
That's
about
us.
That's us. What about that?
That's us.
That's not
Right?
y'all.
So you never heard of Tatari, right?
Of course we have. That's us.
That's us.
Tamari
Tatari is you,
is
right?
us. Tamari is us.
Okay.
Amaru Khan is us.
Amaru Khan. America's named after Amaru Khan. So what's your point, sir?
Is there anything else? Just that one thing? Like, what have y'all built?
What have you built? I'm
Surely
talking about
you got a lot more.
You since you
Haiti is an island, not a continent, bro.
What have you?
Haitian is an island, not a continent. Let me tell you. Once upon a time,
not a continent. Not a continent. It's an island, bro.
Oh wow.
Don't worry about it.
Okay, brother. Listen, you
It's
lost.
half of an island because you got the other half, say Dominican Republic.
Bino, you lost because coming out of slavery from 1865 on, 50,000 patents and many inventions that the world uses still today.
Black Americans.
Shut your shit down, but I don't want y'all. There's too many people in here. Y'all will steal my junk.
We have done. We have contributed. We are the foundation, building blocks of America. Every American economy, that's us. We were the first stocks and bonds. That's us. You understand? We built everything that you came to enjoy. You wouldn't run to.
And the whites stole the rest of the
America
patents.
wasn't popping. Who got America popping? We did. Now let's do this. What did you build in Haiti, sir? Because you built nothing in America. What did you build in Haiti?
Man, it just shows your IQ, bro. You say you have a high IQ,
Wow,
bro.
you ain't gonna
Answer
pick
the
up
question. Answer the question, man.
You not
Very
gonna
low.
pick up Haiti?
Let him speak.
Are you that
Answer the
mad? Are
question.
you that triggered that you didn't build nothing? I'm saying, what did you build? I'm giving you an opportunity to show us your high IQ, sir, but you haven't shown it yet. So show
Wow.
us. What have you built?
When you learn true history, you will see
right,
that
so
Question.
lost the
the
debate. It's
empire of
okay.
𝗤𝗖 was the
Answer
head
the
of
question.
It's not an
Totori,
There
buddy.
ain't
answer.
ever
It
going
doesn't
to be an
count.
Haitian that is going to lead the whole shit.
I told you, don't
Put
let
that
him
in your
down.
mind, idiot.
Brother, I gotta drop you because for the very fact you can't even answer 2 questions. Very simple. See, that's how you know we can't. He's talking about unity, fam. He's talking about
He the
unity,
oppressor.
and
Fuck
he
what they talking
exactly
about.
he can't answer no. He can't look. All they do is lie and tether on to us. He wants to be Black American so bad. He wants us to accept him into the party. So what? So we can get stabbed in the back because that's all they want to do. They want to run to the front of the line. They don't want to stay here and hang out with us and chilling in the back. They want to run to they want to sit in the front seat while we all sit in the back. That's what they want to do.
Buzz, they gonna run it in. Come on now, move. Watch out.
This is what it is. Go ahead, Blackstone. Go ahead, Blackstone.
Yeah, man. I mean, but they want to co-opt our culture. You know what I'm saying? Without consulting us. They just bogart. You know what I'm saying? And I genuinely don't appreciate that. But I blame that on our elders.
Blackstone.
I blame that on our elders with this Pan-African mess back from the 60s. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they were because it was Jesse Jackson and them who pushed this African American thing, which opened the floodgates for all these people to claim, a part of our, what we built in this country, because they could easily say, "Oh, I'm an African American," huh?
And they only respect disrespect. So you
So why
sometimes you
did they
gotta stick our black
why
foot
did
up
they
their ass.
unalive all
But
those
they don't
elders?
respect chronology. They don't respect OG, ancestral, nothing. They want to
Nothing.
come in here like he
Your
said
boy
and
just
derail.
disrespected his elders.
Stack.
That's what
Let us
that
speak
is.
first.
Who you think I disrespected my elders by pointing out an error of my elders? No. Yeah,
They unalive all of them, man. They keep you alive. You're useless. That's why. And they
What
unalived
are you?
all
Are
of
you a
that
wild
generation.
animal? Are you
Why?
a wild animal?
Useless?
Stack.
Dude,
Where's
what are
the
you
problem?
even
They
talking
unalived
about?
all
And
that
they want
generation.
us to
Stack.
join. Listen, these are the same
Bro, what
brothers.
are you
They
talking about?
unalived
Hold
all
What are
that
on.
you
generation
talking
for a
about?
reason.
Because I talk about
Hold on, Blackstone.
Pan-Africanism that's
If
been a
we're
negative.
so
Why do you think they kiss
useless,
kids with?
if we're so useless, why do y'all want to unite with us? Why do y'all care about
I
what?
want to reunite with all Africans. If
Then
you
Okay,
go
bye
identify with
bye.
any,
Go
you
do that.
identify
Go to
with
Beat it,
Africa.
Africa.
Michael Jackson.
Go to Africa,
Who's
bro.
Beat
stopping
it,
You
Michael Jackson. You
identify
can
with
go.
the enemy.
Thank
uniting with
you for your
I don't
Africa?
input.
identify with no
And
enemy.
thank
I
you
know
for
who
your
the enemy is,
services.
but I also know who the melanated enemy is. You know what I'm saying? I
Peace
can point
out.
that out too.
Stopping
Black
you?
Americans fight for the American army.
See you
Who?
Go
later.
to
Because
Africa.
Okay,
Bye
Yes.
why
bye.
do the why
why
are
do Haitians
Kenyans
fight for the Haitian army? Why do
Kenyans
African army?
fighting
Because you
Blackstone,
guys
Haitians?
one
are
moment.
Tell
One
me
moment,
that.
and you
Blackstone.
guys are Caribbean.
Blackstone, one moment.
All the
Why do some of
American
y'all fight
army
for the
does.
English army?
Let
Why
those
do
folks
y'all
talk
fight
about
for
Why
it.
the
are you
English
fighting to
army?
be here?
What are you talking about?
All you guys do is invade
Why
other
are you
countries.
fighting to be
All
Oh,
you
are
here?
you
guys
in
do, you
America?
don't protect your land. You
Are you in
Why
America?
are you
Go
fighting
home.
to be
Go
here?
home.
Please
Hey,
lie.
African.
abroad.
Go home, bro.
One moment.
Go home.
Yeah, why are you fighting to be right
Let
here?
me just drop them because I'm in the live anyway, and I don't got
Nah,
time.
bro, you should have left them up there so we could roast that fool.
Yeah. We listen. There are many other lives y'all can go on and just roast tethers. I'm trying to keep this live up.
I got
Energy.
you. I
Y'all
I'm
got
finna go
trying
you.
to
get him
keep
y'all
this
energy
live
all
up
I
night
rock with you,
long.
bro.
Y'all
for as
still
I
in
rock with you,
love.
bro.
long as I can because
I rock with you.
I'm already on one leg. They're already about to snatch this page. It is, and I'm
Yeah.
okay with it. Whenever they snatch it, cool. I'm gonna go back to Twitter and I'll go back to YouTube and just keep it pushing over there. And I hear TikTok might not be around after September. I don't know what's going on. So it is what it is.
Well, the Jews finna buy it.
I'm trying my best to keep
Oh, excuse me.
I'm trying my best to keep it for as long as I can. I don't got time to go back and forth
Fake
with
Jews.
nothing,
Right,
nobody,
exactly.
tether babble, must be tethered. I don't got time for it. Tisha,
May I
go
say
ahead.
something? Yeah, I've been throwing tidbits of information out there, and then I fell asleep. But I didn't mean to fall asleep because this is a very good live. Could I just say something without anybody talking over me as soon as I start talking? I'm only going to be up here for a
Go ahead.
minute.
Go ahead.
I just wanted to say, first of all, you all do a lot of yelling.
Who are you?
Y'all do a lot of yelling and jumping off the mic over the host, and it's kind of disrespectful. I'm Black American. I've been old. Both of my parents have been here. My lineage on both sides goes back to probably the 1700s. I know as far as the early 18 for sure. So what I want to say is the people that are fighting for their life on this panel. I heard there's only 2 million Africans here. Now I just heard today there's 4 million. But if there is just 2 million, they have a huge problem with fresh water just in Nigeria alone, where there's 170 million people. It would take one.
You sound.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Yeah.
Okay, if just those 2 million people get together and put $100 together in a pot, in 10 months they could take care of their water problem for all 170 million people and still have $1 billion left over. But you guys don't think like that. They're both so busy telling us we're slow, we're dumb, we're this and we're that. They could come up with a plan that quick and it would just take care of their water alone. The second thing is, I threw out there that we have 50,000 patents. That includes a cell phone that we're speaking on, the first airplane. Who was that? So many things that we automatically assume people have created the GPS system, the indoor security system. And then with all the different things that's happened to us, they normally call us slave babies with cotton. We've done more with cotton and a whip to our back than these people have done with all the gold, the diamonds, all the elements, all the oil, all the stuff. And all we had was our families being split apart. And we are the richest Black group across the entire globe. Nobody's richer than us. We have 1,000 millionaires. 1.5 million of us have businesses. 90% of us hire Black people. We have Valerie Daniels, y'all need to look her up. She's been making $90 million to $100 million a year for at least 25 years. She sold all of her Burger King. She's always been number one franchisee in the country. She's hired over 30 years about 300,000 people. You should look up Junior Bridgman. He's hired almost 400,000 people. He just passed. He was a basketball player. And he has 400 restaurants. They told him, don't open your business up in Black community. He said, no, he couldn't do it. He had our back. And that's the kind of those are the kind of things we have done. Also, we have we built 5,000 schools by the 1900s. And so somebody in the platform said, what has the FBA done? Nothing. Actually, we've done something. We minded our business. We're continuing to mind our business. And we're going to do much greater. I would love to see another million businesses created by us. We got to do our own thing because it's too much trouble to do it any other way. For the people that are from Africa, who do want to work with us, that's one thing. But we're not begging anybody who's only Black when it's comfortable. Everybody's new. I know Black. Now everybody wants to be Black. Why you keep that same energy when you were I know Black? So I'm just going to land there. One thing about our people, we've always been humble. Our people fought and passed. They were unalive fighting to make sure that everybody had an opportunity. My great uncle, John Barber, who worked directly with Dr. King, and he was unalived as well. But he was a civil rights attorney, and they ran him down with a car. But that a lot of times when you're talking to our people, you're watching Fox News and all the stupid news and all the crap that they send you across the world about us, and you don't know who we are. Learn who Black people are. I gave you all a lot of stats. When you mention what is your culture, you don't have culture. Our culture is the reason that you have an opportunity to come into this country. It's only because of our fight. It's all those different patents, all those different inventions. It's all the political fight. The reason this is the last thing I'm going to say. Nelson Mandela, when we found out about them, I know you all don't like Jesse Jackson, but he had even said, we're going to go and strike. We're going to shut down all of the businesses in this country that are doing business in Africa. Don't do any business until Nelson Mandela was free. That's our culture. When we see our people suffering in a different country, forget rap music, forget telling us we don't know this and we don't know that. That's who we are. We don't flee. We stand and we fight for our people. And then we assume that your melanated dark-skinned skin, you understand us and you're going to come on over here and have love for us. But instead you come and you spit in our face, you stab us in the back, and then you tell us that The only reason we have anything is about white tea is because of white tea people. And the truth of the matter is, the only reason you have access to any opportunities, any grants, any money, anything else is because we made sure that you had an opportunity as well. Because if it was left up to them, they said only white tea people had an opportunity to come. White tea men had an opportunity to come to this country, and all those benefits. I promise you, this is my last point. All these benefits that you all have access to, calling us baby mamas and EBT and food stamp and all that mess. 48% of immigrants, I just looked it up 2 days ago, get welfare and food stamps. And all these grants and all this other stuff you claim you don't have, they spent, this is my last comment, they spent, I think it was something like $100 billion between 2 states and just food stamps on illegal immigrants. So this mess about you all paying taxes does not fly, and I'll land there.
Got to go.
Well said. Well said. Listen, y'all, I got to shut down this live, man. I want you guys to check out muchoart.com. If you like wearable art that represents the culture, hats like this, t-shirts, check out my store and support. Also, we do have our own cryptocurrency. It's still in phase 1. It's minted, but it doesn't have the liquidity yet. You need to build the liquidity pool. All I'm saying is go check out the website, fbacoin.org. Do your due diligence. I know blockchain and cryptocurrency is kind of, nobody kind of knows what it is, but there's so
You on the XRP ledger?
Say again?
You on the XRP ledger?
I'm on the Arbitrum one under the Ethereum.
Arbitrum, okay.
Ethereum platform. That's where the coin is into that. Go and support. I'm going to start doing a GoFundMe. I'm going to start doing private purchases. I'm going to also start reaching out to the community. I want this to be a Black American initiative, but the money is so great, and I want to do it in a quicker time that I'm going to actually start going to other communities and saying, hey, man, put up or shut up. Fund this coin. We need. I want to raise. Initially I said we need to raise $500,000 to $1 million. But the truth of the matter, if we want this coin to really take off and do what it needs to be done, we need to fund it with about $5 billion. So I'm asking the Black American community to pitch in. I know you don't understand it right now, but I'm saying get the understanding. But trust me, you can support this coin. Nobody's running off with no money, nothing like that. It's all legit, but it needs Black American funding. This is going to be our way to get our own. We're going to have our own loans, 0% loans, our own micro loans. We're going to have our own lobbying efforts. When we're talking about politics, we need to get into the political game. You need money. You need money to buy off these politicians. That's where we're going to get it from, the FBA coin, okay? When we're talking about emergency relief, when we have our family members or our people are down bad due to flood, due to fires, due to natural disasters, there's no more FEMA, y'all. So we got to come to our aid because we know where those dominant society dollars are going to. They're going to their community. They're not going to our community. So we have to have something to go and give to our community. This coin is designed in a way to keep money in our community. It builds up our treasury, and whatever's in that treasury, we use it to help our people. So that's where we're going. It's a decentralized bank with so many smart contracts and features. We just need to build up the liquidity pool. I'm not Dr. Umar. I'm not going to string y'all along listen, I want this done right away. So I am willing to put my own money in there. I'm also willing to go to other communities and get this thing funded. But I would love it to be a Black American initiative. Our little $5, our little $10, our little $20, $100, they all add up. But we need to raise a liquidity pool. So when we release this coin in phase 2 and phase 3, it's strong. It's not too volatile where it crashes. We need to make sure this coin is our coin. When they say y'all don't got no coin or y'all don't got no your face on the dollar, well, we did something that no other community has done. We got our own cryptocurrency that's for our community. I want to get this in Black businesses. I want us to be. We're going to add a stable coin feature to it, so that's well, so we can start using this as everyday money, people. Right. So listen, and I'm looking for cryptocurrency experts. I'm looking for people who do DevOps and development and can help further build smart contracts for these coins. I'm looking for a DAO governance because they have the DAO governance feature. So we need to run this thing like a think tank and get what we need done for our community. We still standing on reparations. We still want that. But guess what? We might not want it in fiat currency is all I'm saying. We might want it in crypto because it's probably going to, let's keep it real. The world is pushing to a cryptocurrency type of situation. And fiat money is really not worth anything. It's just based off of.
It's not backed by anything.
It's not backed by our military right now. Let's just keep it a buck. So, so we gotta be proactive in this. So I'm telling you this not because I'm trying to beg y'all for nothing, because I'm not begging. I'm telling y'all this was foundational Black American, built by us for us. Okay, so just do your due diligence. FBAcoin.org. And with that being said, family, peace, love, reparations.
Let me
go ahead real quick, money. Go
can
ahead.
I just say, look out for the blackout is happening September 16th to the 20th, where like no money be spent at all on anything. They're also doing it on every Fridays. Right now, it's like national. Every American just not participate in the economy at all. It's just called the
As
blackout.
hard as it is, family, you got to build up that muscle. And I don't care how far you got to drive, but you need to buy only Black. That's part. Listen, I love it when we do these blackouts, but we need the blackout to be all year. All year. We can't listen. As much as I say, we want to include melanated people. No. We want foundational Black American stores that we
unity.
Put our energy and our time in and spend our dollars at. We got to go back to doing for us and let everybody deal with themselves. Because who go to those African shops? Who go to those Caribbean restaurants? We do. They can't survive without us.
Yeah.
So if they're going to diss us, now they got to hold their own nuts.
And black women need to stop going to these Africans and getting their hair done. Do your own hair. Get that money yourself.
Man, y'all need to start doing y'all nails, your own nails, everything, man. Y'all got to start doing all that, man, because
Too much.
Go ahead, King.
Working on that.
You should block that guy.
We starting to shop locally with our sisters. You know what I'm saying? Mobile shops and stuff like that. We work.
Anyway, I'm going. Everyone, I wish you a beautiful day. Too much. I will speak to you.
All right, thank you, King. Thank you, King. Listen, y'all, man. Listen, I keep telling y'all, we are all we got. We are all we got, and if we don't start having Black privilege amongst ourselves, nothing is ever going to change for our community.
Yep.
Do for ourselves, love our people. Don't stop extending your love to other races. I'm not saying not to be cool with them, not to do, I'm saying at the end of the day, you do for your people first, is all I'm saying. Do for your people
and third
before you do for others. Stop putting others before your people. Stop putting a political party above your people. It's your lineage first. If they're not giving us tangibles, we're not hearing them. If they want unity, well, give us the same deal that 𝗔𝗶𝗴𝗵𝘁𝘀𝘀𝗶cie is giving Russia. We want that same deal. Give us some gold, give us some mineral rights, give us something, and then we gonna ride for you. If it ain't gold, if there's no gold, there's no unity, family. And remember that.
Don't let your children fight for this country.
Remember that other box. We are no longer clicking the Black and African American box anymore. We're gonna let all the tethers click that box. We're gonna go to the other box and we're gonna write in foundational Black American.
That's right.
Free men, copper colored people, whatever, American, whatever you want to do. We're not checking that indigenous, Asian, Indian box, Native American box. We're not checking that red box. We're not checking that black box. We're checking that other box because we want the census to know that, hey, we need our own classification. We don't want to be lumped in with these chunks, with these musky tags. So that's how we moving, man. So with that being said, family, I gotta go. peace, love, reparations, and the blockchain. Y'all take care.
100.
Moxie.
All right, brother.
Yes, sir. Peace out.
God is Tisha, Monique.